support. But let's get this show started. You guys don't want to fucking wait no more. Let's do a fucking display capture because I want to show some of these tweets. But let's kick it off, man. Welcome to another episode of The Flank. You already know the vibes. I'm joined by my friend, my companion, Attach, and Ben J. Nissim.
Let's go.
The trio
We
back together.
You already know the fucking...
Everything's breaking down.
This is a dangerous trio back in the day.
New everything tweet.
Let's fucking go.
Retired Saints tweet.
Let's fucking go. What's up, Ben? You were going to say something?
I was saying we were a dangerous trio back in the day.
Wait, we're still dangerous. What are you talking about?
Ben was raging, kicking water bottles when Tommy was beating him in FIFA.
Facts. He was getting fucking worked on.
I
was driving you guys to games in a minivan like
we're still in
True. You were doing that. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Ben. But let's get right into it, guys. You know, we got also... Who else do we got in here right now? We got Parasite and Saints as well joining us today. I don't know. You guys...
I think Slack wants in on the show. You guys want to bring him in?
Does he? He wants in.
Yeah,
Slack wants in. All right.
Let me move him in here.
Slack wants to join in.
Tommy, can you move everybody down the other channel?
Move them down.
Move them down. Go to the locked room.
Okay.
You were moved. User was moved to your
All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of The Fucking Flank. You know the fucking vibe. Censor tweet. Guys, stop fucking trolling. There's no censor tweet. You guys do this every fucking day. Let's go to display capture, man. We got over here Jerry, a.k.a. Josiah Barry, slacked, coming in from the Mutineers. He said, I've officially been benched by Florida.
Crazy, bro.
Not sure what the future looks like, but we'll continue to work hard in challenges. Best of luck to them. Man, I'll bet I didn't see this shit coming.
Yeah, that was a like immediate announce after the finals. I mean,
what do you think, Ben?
I think they were kind of destined to make a change.
Josiah, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
I
got benched, Tom.
Let me go to my Twitter.
For who?
I didn't retire.
I don't know. Tom can't be
anything.
You don't even know for who, Jerry?
I know. I'm just gonna let them do their.
Oh, you can't say it.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
All right, well, we'll get Dylan's thoughts first. What do you think about that?
About what?
About
Jerry getting
Josiah?
benched?
Yeah, that don't make no fucking sense.
I don't know. That's interesting because I mean, Jerry of course isn't gonna have the most flashiest players or the best numbers sometimes, but he's just overall really smart player. What had the highest average placing behind like the dynasty roster? It's hard to say for like.
Are we talking about?
I feel like
that was on land though. I don't take that kick.
Are we talking about?
Are we
talking about this first before the matches?
I mean, yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Let's get it out of the way.
We got Jerry here.
I mean, it just kind of hit us. You know, it's kind of like an emergency that's going on here. I just don't get it. I feel like you guys are a good team. Obviously, you had your struggles, but we'll see what happens, man. I mean, it's hard to say because we don't know who you guys are picking up. I mean, you know, but I guess like what's next for you, bro? What's next for you?
I mean, I plan on playing challengers, so I don't plan on really stopping. I don't think like.
Hold on, Zen.
I don't think necessarily our team was like a person problem. Like maybe they will get infinitely better. Who knows? But I think our inconsistency showed like as a team when we would lose pretty convinced. Like I don't know, just be like small things in the game when we'd lose series like 3-0 or 3-1. There'd be super close maps.
Yeah.
I think most of the time it came down to fundamentals. Obviously, like I had a few bad maps here and there. One being versus Seattle, but overall, I don't think I was necessarily like the main problem, but like I said, who knows? We'll see. And
did they tell you the news today? Did you find out like this afternoon?
Yeah, I got a phone call a couple hours ago and kind of waited to see, but like I said, I don't plan on stopping playing or anything. So
no, you shouldn't, bro. You definitely shouldn't stop playing. I mean, you know me, bro. I wish you the best of luck. I just didn't expect it, especially right now. I feel like the timing's a little off.
I'm assuming you're gonna be probably playing with Zen, correct? In challengers? Do you know yet?
I mean, honestly, I haven't talked to anyone about challengers yet. I plan on playing. I don't really know what roster.
I mean, the issue is we can't have 3 subs on the same team. We already have me and Sib.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So it's tough.
That is tough. Damn.
Listen, boys, I'm not staying for the whole show.
Yeah, we do got a lot of heads in here, but I mean, we can keep it rolling.
By and say congrats to Ultra. I'm fucking obviously horrible. So enjoy the show, guys.
Zin, you're just
come on, man.
What? Nah, bro. Zinny, get the fuck back in here, man. What is he doing, guys?
Nah, he did, bro.
No way he did this shit.
What the fuck is going on?
Everybody's falling apart now, though. People are fucking getting dropped. People are getting dropped and their teams winning and
This
shit.
is the breakdown, bro. This is the breakdown, bro.
Here, let's get in the games, Tom.
All right, let's just hop into it. Zin,
we're
come
watching
on.
this? Fuck.
Yeah, Dylan, I'm sorry, bro, but you
Sorry,
came at a
Dylan.
bad time.
I came at a really bad time.
You came at a bad time. Listen, man. Listen, I had you guys winning this. I did. Minnesota, man. Minnesota Rocker coming out against Toronto Ultra, and obviously looking at hindsight of everything that happened. Of course, Toronto are champs now. So, I mean, dude, this was a close series. This was close.
Yep, 6 for S&D. Their control was extremely close control. Lost the defense, and then got smoked map 4. But the second 2 maps, whew.
Well, I mean, at least you guys,
weekend.
at least you guys are like, bro, you guys have gotten so much better as time went on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys pick up Standy, you guys look like a whole nother team. So I've been impressed by you guys, and I think you guys are only gonna get better from here, right?
No,
so
honestly, a lot of the things that happened throughout the matches this weekend were just like random little mistakes, like just fundamental mistakes that probably won't happen again. Like it's a new team, you know, it takes time to mesh and know everything.
100%.
So we've only been together for 2 weeks, but there was a lot of the maps we even lost. We had a very good chance of winning too. So it's not like we only got smoked on like 2 maps in like the whole tournament. So I wasn't even like really too worried about it. But I mean, things are feeling good. Of course, still a new team, so you just gotta keep working things out and
100%, bro. How the vibes and stuff? Like, how's the team doing?
User
All right,
left your channel.
chill. What are the vibes like? Like after you guys come off a loss like that? Like, I mean, you guys clutched up yesterday, right? Like a lot of people, one of the craziest plays that ever happened in fucking COD. Dude, I was absolutely shook when I saw that. Like, I was mind blown.
With the Dallas series and with all the crazy stuff that happened there, and then the Optic series yesterday, it felt like we've played 10 matches. Like those 2 matches felt like it was crazy. There was like a 0.1 second control. If we win that, we're top 3 playing Faze. Who knows what happens there? And then 2 round 11 SNDs versus Dallas, like
crazy, bro.
That was one of the closest series I've ever played.
Dude, guys, this weekend has been one of the yeah, I'm pretty sure I can hear you. Guys, this weekend is one of the best fucking bro, this was insane. Like this whole event was just mind blowing. Just insane games throughout the whole entire weekend, bro. So it's been absolutely crazy. We have Parasite here. Do you want to say something, Chris?
Yeah, I just want to tell Dylan, like, they went from being like a super strong S&D team to beating Dallas in 2 hard points and being very competitive in all their respawns. Like, if there's any positives to take away from this weekend, it's the fact that you guys improved on your respawn drastically coming from stage 1, where you guys were looked at as like an S&D team.
Thank you, Chris. Nah, yeah, 100%. We were definitely sloppy in S&D this weekend. A couple of round 11s didn't go our way, some did. But overall, we just got a little sloppy, so we just got to clean that up. And then we'll be good. Yep. We'll be able to close out some series.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's go into the game. I mean, you guys start off pretty fucking hot, bro. You start off up 140 to 70. I'm starting to think, you guys are coming out hot today. How'd you guys feel like coming into it? Obviously very confident, right? Like you guys are a confident team. I feel like you never come into it unconfident, but
of course, getting like the win we had yesterday, we had a lot of just momentum, confidence going into today. And then we even felt like after the first day versus Dallas that we should have won that series, so we were a little pissed off. You play with a little bit of anger. Yeah. So we were feeling good, like great hard point, and it was just honestly a solid start for the team. We had a good map set too, but we're just gonna close it out. But we came out hot, so
yeah. No, you guys definitely came out hot. I mean, dude, Preston looks way better. Presto looks really good on the AR. I really like him on that AR role, and you and Standy work really well off one another. Like you guys play really good together. So you guys are fun to watch. What do you think it was with Toronto? Like, bro, they looked like another team today. Yeah, it was like, what the fuck? What the fuck are they eating for breakfast, Ben?
Yeah,
we've had this happen a couple of times in COD, and I was talking with Chris about this. Like, the one example I can remember is like you guys in World War II, in that stage 1 playoffs where you guys were on the crazy losers run, but on top of that, you came into that Sunday after having a crazy match on Saturday, and then winning 2 series on Sunday and then going into grand finals. I think Toronto today just hit form after these 2 series, and they were just a better team in the final. Ben Bance was having an insane series.
Crazy series, bro.
The sub players were frying. Insight was frying. Like, they look like a great S&D team this whole major. I just think all the pieces came together for Toronto finally, and that's how they came up on top.
I mean, bro, it's one of those things that we talk about, Ben. Like, they just caught fire. Yeah. Like, they literally just fucking caught fire, and they couldn't be slowed down. And it's like, bro, that one spree that Kleenex went on, you know what I'm talking about? When he went absolutely nuts on raid, but by money, and then he jumped out, went nuts, bottom bedroom raid. I was like, bro, this guy's on another level. He's also doing it against a team like Faze. It's just really catching me off guard. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys are coming out.
Ben and Kleenex literally just look like different players this week, like this today, realistically. And in that final, Ben was unstoppable, bro.
Yeah.
He had a 1.4. He had a 1.4 KD over an 8-game series. That is impressive.
Nuts,
That's insane.
It's nuts.
Like, we haven't seen a performance like that in a finals of that long in a long time. Like that is wild.
I mean,
man.
bro, we gotta give credit to Bance, man, because this guy was getting so much fucking flack a couple weeks ago, even from us, when I was yelling at him about the fucking laying down top purple. And look, they don't lay down top purple and they win an event. Bance, you're welcome.
Listen, it was the criticism I think was deserved because Ben was inconsistent. But if Ben could play at this level, bro, like we've seen him hit form like this. Like this guy was disgusting in IW for a while. Like we know that when he gets in that rhythm, that he's an unstoppable player.
Damn,
and my hope,
he really
hope from now on is that he kicks it on from here and continues to actually
he really
dominate.
turned it around like that. I feel like.
Yep. So
everyone was hating on him.
Nuts, bro.
Saying
Nuts.
He wasn't playing well.
He said it's crazy. He said that he sent this to my fiance, being deadly serious after starting stage 2, 0-2, and receiving over 500 tweets to bench myself. What a turnaround, and I cannot thank my team enough. It might not seem like much, but this win means a lot to me, bro. Huge wants in the chat. This guy, not only is he fucking handsome, but he's a champion. And it makes me so happy to see a guy go from somewhere, you know, super low to super. Guys, what do I always fucking tell you? You gotta get knocked down. You gotta go to the very lows to get to the very highs. So it's really nice to see Bance, you know, just succeeding, man. And I'm super happy for this guy, bro. I really am. He's a great player, great guy. I'm just a really big fan of Bance, man. Seeing
him turn around is amazing and all, and granted the credit is due there, but the one person that you gotta like give love to for sure is Kleenex, because last year
the whole team,
he was on the of course, but Kleenex was on the bench for Toronto for the majority of the season, and a lot of people didn't really like give him a chance until towards the end. But I always knew that guy was really good. Like I played him in like multiple like tournaments and stuff like that, and he went from being on the bench for like 5-6 months to winning Toronto a tournament, not winning, but like they won a tournament with them, and now again in this year they win another tournament. So like to see him go from a bench player to literally like one of their stars is amazing.
Yeah,
and they didn't have a challengers team last year, so like they were just in Nidal and just sort of scrimming teams for like 8 or 9 months, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they were doing.
That's really impressive.
It's incredible, bro. This guy's, it's incredible. It's an incredible story, and these guys deserved it. I mean, they played amazing. They played incredible, and you just got to give them props. Like we could say, obviously, we watched back the finals. I saw some things at Faze. I was just very confused. They looked off today, but Toronto looked so on. So it was just a little bit of both. Like Toronto couldn't be stopped today. They were just playing on another level. Today was their day. Today was their day, and I'm hoping they find some consistency in their play where they keep this going. You know what I'm saying? I want to see consistency. I want to see them be able to do this every day consistently, which is difficult to do. Very difficult.
Let's be straight up about it. Like, so the way the group shot works for stage 3, Toronto's going to get a pretty straightforward group because the other group's going to be an absolute bloodbath. You're going to have Atlanta, probably Dallas, probably one of New York or Minnesota, maybe 2, including Thieves, maybe in that mix of 3 teams. Like Toronto's going to get a group that's going to be a little bit more straightforward. Now there's matchups in COD, you never know. But I think Toronto's now got a really good springboard to kick it from here and start getting up the rankings and see if they can lock in a top 3 spot.
Yeah, they were making plays on this SND.
What happened, bro? Speak. What the fuck happened, Dill?
Honestly, they were just working the map well. When we try to counter them, sometimes they went to the opposite bomb site, and then when they would get bombed down A, they would always send someone on the flank. That would just get like free kills when you're working the bomb. So they were just playing it really well. I mean, their SND was disgusting all day.
Yeah, it was.
Especially in the finals.
Like they were next level.
They were. I think was Moscow SND the only one they lost first phase,
which they should have won.
They should have won. And FaZe clutched up.
Yeah, they should have won it. So I think that's the only SND they lost. So I mean, they were just playing really good in SND today. And like some days, I swear, just like. It happens. Like your SND, everything you're doing, all the raps, all the plays you're making just 100%. Work. And I feel like they were just feeling themselves.
Dylan, they've been frying SND this whole major. They've been frying SND this whole major, man. They were like up until like that Moscow loss, they were like 6-0 in SND at this tournament.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They were on a huge win streak for a while.
S&D literally wins championships, especially now with this whole best of 9 format and how many S&Ds there are. Like that statement hasn't like held truer to this day. Like it's literally insane how like important S&D is as a game mode.
You win one respawn and you win all the S&Ds, you win the tournament, and when you're in the finals.
We saw it in the first stage when Faze just outclassed Dallas and all those S&Ds, and they kind of split the respawns. Like, that's kind of where it's at. And so I think really impressive run from Toronto today. This round was really interesting because Insight was on streaks, and I think he like accidentally switched
teams. I was so confused
teams.
when that happened.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened here.
He switched teams or something.
He switched teams? Is that what happened?
I think he accidentally like switched teams, and then I was just
that blows.
I was so confused for a sec.
He probably tried to class.
He class swap. Yeah. I've done that before. It's not fun.
No, definitely not. Bro, I feel like Lamar's been playing really fucking good COD.
Yeah, he has been playing well.
Yeah, Lamar's been playing really well.
He's been playing really well.
Yeah, he's been
your entire team has.
Yeah, the entire team. Yeah. We also got Eli coming through. We got Standy coming through, guys. This is very unexpected. You guys know the flank is very unexpected shit. So Dylan
you never know who's gonna show up.
Dylan FaceTime. He said, "Yo, I'm like out front." Oh yeah, hold on.
Dylan just pulling up, bro. I like it.
Hello.
Here we go.
Yeah, honestly, I was just on my walk.
Send him up.
My regain walk. I had my nice green juices and stuff. I was getting some sunlight, make me feel a little bit better. And then I was right outside Tommy's place. I was like, "Yo, Tom, open up. I'm on my way."
I like that, bro. But, you're always welcome.
And now we're gonna be watching me lose today, so this is good.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll blow by. I mean, I want to talk about the finals a lot, so we can just go.
The finals are gonna be
let me go to the moment in the control. Tom, I know there's one specific moment that you don't want to talk about in this control. I think it happens in the last round.
You know where it is.
So like, I like a. You and I were talking about this as we watch. Toronto play this map like completely differently than other teams do on offense.
Yeah.
And on defense too. They basically like a lot of teams say, bet control is super important to B. Like we prioritize, we try to get 2 guys in there. Oftentimes Toronto will just say screw B, let's take middle. Or if we're on offense, let's just go around. And it's worked for them in this tournament. I think it's a very interesting strat from them that not a lot of teams actually just pull off.
You're saying just going all the way around? You're saying what?
Well, they just wrap A sometimes. They cut through middle. They basically just try to like finesse and then just gun the guys in bed and then they get a stack.
Yeah, I mean,
instead of like pushing through that side and getting timings.
Yeah. No, they
plays right here with people.
Dylan said he makes plays right here to Pete.
I actually know exactly what you guys are talking about, and I was talking about it with my team because we do something similar in Challengers. But what I would have liked you guys to do more is when you guys do get that mansion control, you should definitely send somebody, especially if you get the information middle or like ringside, you should be flanking, like actively flanking. It's almost like a rotation of players across the like pond, I guess, where you just like continuously pinch them because essentially you guys were letting them like pounce on you guys for free. Like you guys just had, I think it was you and Standy were here for so long while Priesta and Lamar were literally fighting an army.
No, yeah, you're 100% right. That was like the first thing when we watched back we noticed, like, or another one of the things we noticed were like we should just be flanking and killing them while they're in our base and then flipping them back out.
Actively flanking and then actively flanking and then basically any kills you get, you can put them into a spawn trap and literally box them in.
Yeah.
But I mean, Priesta and Lamar actually did pretty well here because considering they had 4 guys basically playing for them and they got quite a bit of kills here, which was actually impressive as hell to watch because I thought you guys were screwed for sure.
Nah, yeah, we 100% should have been making moves quicker.
Yeah, I just want to direct the chat real quick. I have another headset for Dylan, but where would I plug it into? The Go XLR?
Yeah, I don't even know you can plug it.
I don't even know how it works. I can't turn the speakers on because then it'll just echo through the mic, and you guys will just hear everything echoing. So we might need to just do it this way. But I mean, this is fine. You can hear it a little bit, right?
Yeah,
like, I think you're good to go. So we should be okay, guys. It's no problem.
I thought this round went south here because Stanley's in bed and he basically takes his chow out of bed. I mean, Tommy, you and I were talking about this here, and he doesn't win it, and suddenly now you guys don't have.
What was Standy doing right there? Where is he?
He's on his way.
I gotta talk to this fucking guy. What was he doing right there?
I think he just I flanked. We should have been flanking way sooner. I fucked that up.
There he is. Go grab that real quick. Get this guy. I gotta talk to him about this play.
Yeah, so Attach went to flank, and I'm assuming Lamar and the rest of the guys literally called out the pressure that was coming towards them, and since he had a sub, he tried to get a better angle, obviously shooting from top mansion.
He should have just stayed alive, though. He should have just stayed 100%.
Alive. He did get really unfortunate timing, because as soon as he slid off the mansion, a guy came down the water steps and killed him, and if he would have still been up there, he probably would have won that fight. So it was really unfortunate timing,
bad time,
huh? Eli, please, sit down. I gotta speak to you.
No.
How you doing, kid? Listen, first of all, you're a fucking beast. But what the fuck were you doing right here? Find it again, Ben. I think you went a little rogue.
I was going rogue.
Oh yeah, I figured.
Trust me,
you can take your mask off too. You know, it's no problem.
It's a bit flanking, bro. Don't worry. We went over all this already. We went over all this.
Oh, I'm sure Lamar's got you fucking, you know.
We went over all this.
Lamar don't play around. You know what I'm saying?
My mom's in the chat.
He's getting me in check.
Oh, Kim's always in the chat. Shout out to Mama Tat.
She's always vibing.
She's always showing love.
When you guys talk in the mic over there, make sure you guys lean into it. Otherwise,
Yeah, when you guys talk, just try and lean into the mic.
we have audio listeners now because we're now on Google
We're on
Podcasts
Spotify and stuff now, so we gotta be real professional boys.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we're global guys. We're a big deal now. We're on fucking Spotify. Shout out to Ben.
To move the conversation along.
Shout out Ben.
So you,
What happened, Ben?
the play. I can go back and look. Basically, you just kind of
show 'em the
yeeted
play.
out top
Man,
bed.
what was the play?
You yeeted at a top bed like a maniac.
Full
You remember
touch.
that
I got an
shit?
explanation, but I shouldn't have done that.
Talk in here. What is your explanation? Come here. Talk.
Alright, so
All right.
I yeeted out of top bed. So I was top bed, of course, playing my life. I know it's a great power position. I know that's a good spot. I don't want to blame Dylan for this, because obviously not. But I heard Dylan say one-shot water stairs, and for some reason, I guess I just felt the need, like, yo, I'm gonna kill this mother. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna kill this guy. So I just flew at him, thinking that I'd kill him one shot and be able to go back to bed. And I wasn't aware that Kleenex was top L and he's gonna shoot me with an AR. So like, I just wasn't like mentally like thinking about the other side of the map, and I was just more focused on hearing Dylan's one shot call out. So I mean, obviously I should just held bed, but I didn't think that guy water stairs was gonna just run at bottom bed like a maniac either. But I should have definitely just held there. For sure.
Yeah, they just got top belt.
I mean,
Honestly, I was being
there were just
too speedy.
there were just some mistakes that happened before in the game that like set us up for this, to like where we put ourselves in a bad position. Like we just have to avoid putting ourselves in a terrible scenario, and we could have kept this way more controlled and probably won it, but we just made a few mistakes.
This was a swing map. Because if you guys take this map, you know, I think this would have ended differently, especially because now you're going. I mean, this ended in 3-1, right? They beat you this next map. I don't know, man. If this would have went in last S&D, this could have been anyone's game. You know what I'm saying?
We kept it close, like right before this, and then that's when they kind of take off.
Yeah, I was having a tough map.
Honestly, just right here, I feel like on this map we kind of like lost our teamwork. Like we weren't working together as well. We weren't communicating as good as we should have been. Like it was just honestly just sloppy overall map. I don't know why that was.
Sometimes you just run out of gas, bro. Like being on these long weekend tournaments, like
we
shit just gets sloppy, bro.
A couple of solo chows, didn't wait for each other on some breaks. Like we were just playing this map sloppy.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people asking about the Rocker tweet. I mean, I could ask you guys, but it was just a stupid tweet. I mean, they tweeted about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they came out. It was just. I mean.
The whole thing with that tweet. Like it's not bad to talk trash and like make funny meme videos. But it's just like a straight up picture of the players like losing. Like that's not. I don't know. I feel like that's a weird thing to tweet. Like
it was just over the top.
If they made like a funny video or something, okay. But it's like just a picture of them losing full. Like that's kind of whack.
Yeah, it was kind of disrespectful. But you know, as I added yesterday, there's a lot of amazing people in Minnesota, guys, behind the scene. That care a lot. Whoever posted it, you're an idiot. But you deleted it and you guys came out with a statement. So you know what are you gonna do? Minnesota Rocker, they're a great organization, man. I'm a big fan over there of all the people over there, and of course you guys as well. So you know, don't know our feelings. You know what I'm saying? Know our feelings, and we keep pushing. You know, so let's stop fucking talking about it, because who gives a fuck?
Let's talk about this Dallas series, because I don't know what the thought.
Dallas looked like shit.
So Dallas didn't play well, but I also like normally they're a good team at vetoes.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand these vetoes from my POV. I'd love to figure out kind of.
That's Jewish stuff.
Hold on, yo, chill, because Ben's talking. You're good. Go ahead, Ben.
I would love to understand their approach here, because they basically just kind of gave Toronto like a lot of their good maps, especially the raid S&D, which they've looked nasty in, and banning Moscow. Just Moscow it came a little weird to me, and I think at the end of the day that gamble didn't really pay off for them. And again, as you said, they didn't really come out with the fire today, and they were a little bit slow.
Yeah, no, I think so for me, I obviously think Dallas is like one of the best teams in the game. Obviously, they're the fucking world champs. They just don't look right to me. They look off, man. They look off. I can't pinpoint what it is. Ben, you mentioned that you think they have two of the weaker ARs in the league. You actually mentioned that to me, so I'm curious to see You know, do you think that's like a huge issue? Do you think their ARs are an issue? I personally think they're not. I think they might not have played the best today. I just think they need to find some rhythm or some momentum here because they're just not clicking right now. I mean, bro, we're talking about it as if they're not in fucking top 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just have high standards for these guys. These guys are an amazing team, amazing players. They shouldn't change or anything. Like, I'm not saying anything crazy. They just haven't been looking like themselves when it comes to these like big games. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like they don't seem like the same Dallas, but I mean, last year, right? They kicked fire midway towards the end of the year. So maybe we're going to see more from them. What do you think, Ben?
I don't know. It's weird, and I'll maybe in the off week I'll watch more of the gameplay to kind of understand. I feel like a couple of things are going on. I think one is individually, like as I was talking to you before the show, like Illy and Prim are kind of like super hot and cold depending on the map and the series, and that hasn't really helped. They don't get that like consistent 1 or 1-1 from their ARs, and it's making it a little hard for the sub players who are very talented, by the way. I think the whole team's talented. Don't get me wrong.
They're incredible.
I think that
they're not just talented. They're like one of the best teams in the game.
Yeah, I think the second issue is they just like and Faze kind of got in this trap in the series against Toronto. I just feel like they ego chat a lot. They don't play a lot well off each other. In 5v5, they had really good team chemistry, and I think now, like, sometimes they're just not on the same page in terms of taking map control on some of these respawns.
Yeah. To follow up on that, I think Krim is having a pacing issue with this team, because from what I've watched in their games, there are times where Krim has like a pop off series here and there, but a lot of the time it just seems like he's playing catch up with his teammates, and he's like almost like trying to do too much, and he's like it doesn't look like he's comfortable on the map a lot of the time, where you see like a lot of other ARs like be able to kind of post up and stuff like that. Krim is very mobile, and he's like it just doesn't seem like he's comfortable enough like right now.
The third thing too, because I'm actually looking at the stats from stage 2 right now. Shout out to Easy Mac for sending these over before the show. Kook went from having an insane KD in stage 1 to having a below 1. In fact, everybody on the team has a below 1 except for Shotzzy, and it's not like by like a thin margin. We're talking like 20-30 kills here. I just think their respawns are in a weird spot right now. I'm sure they're a team with high aspirations. I'm sure they'll work on it, but just a warning sign to there that they can't really take it for granted. The teamwork's got to really get in a better spot.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Ben. I definitely agree with you. Like I said, they just don't seem like it. What put them apart last year to Faze was their teamwork and the way they played around the map. This year, it seems like the opposite. It seems like Faze has more teamwork than them, even though Faze today looked abysmal in the final, to be honest, for their standards. And I just, I got to give credit to Toronto for that anyway, because they played incredible. But you know what I'm saying? Dallas just doesn't look like the same Dallas. And that's where I think I might agree with Chris a little bit. Maybe it's a pacing issue with the ARs and the subs. Like maybe they're just not clicking. Maybe it's Clay. They got rid of Clay. I don't know, guys.
That's a fun conversation.
Clay was a fast player. Like
he might have been a factor to that team.
My thought is it's a lot like Dylan's team, like Minnesota. Like if Illy can play a little bit better, like I think the pacing issues will like kind of solve itself over time. Krim can kind of play in the way that Lamar does, and it'll all work. I just think right now they just sort of all didn't have the best stage 2 collectively. Maybe an overcompensation for work on the S&D. I don't know, but they've got good coaching staff. They've got players that are determined. We obviously know what Hook and Shotzzy and Ender can bring, as they did last year. I think they'll figure it out. But as we mentioned about like 15 to 20 minutes ago, they're going to end up potentially in a really absolute grueling of a group with FaZe, and I'm very curious how that matchup plays out.
I think that's going to give them an opportunity to get better. I mean, granted, they obviously need to win their matches. It's going to give them an opportunity to get better because they're going to be playing tougher competition throughout their stage. But on top of that, just going back to just their team in general, I think Shotzzy improved a lot because last stage, Hook was their star, and Shotzzy suffered a lot.
Yeah.
Even with the inconsistency of like Ender and stuff like that, and Shotzzy and Krim Hook and Krim were their best players, but Shotzzy has stepped it up. Like he's actually had some incredible pop off maps. You're getting a lot of production out of him in terms of aggression and like actually getting kills. So he's just become a better player overall throughout the stage.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Shotzzy's a beast, bro. Like we know what he's capable of doing. I mean, MVP last year. When that guy starts hitting form, it's a scary sight. I just think it's not a talent issue from these guys. It just seems like there might be something else going on. So I agree with you. I think it's a pacing thing. I think right now the ARs are not clicking with the subs, and it's just no problem at all when it comes to talent. So Hopefully they can change it. They can somehow find some rhythm and get it going. But
you could see it right there in that play. I don't know if you just watched, but there's 2 of them in plane, yeah, and there's 3 Ultra members at the back of the plane, and the 2 SMGs literally fly the table before 4 and 1 were there. Actually, I don't know where it was. It's somewhere here, but you'll see. I don't know if you rewinded it, but you'll see in a sec.
Mm-hmm.
It was before this. It was way before. But you don't have to watch it. But but the whole point is 2 of them literally flew at the inside of the plane while the other 2 players were off spawn and just got cut down, and they were just not ready for a push. So
how does they're in a primo spot right now? The game's tied. They have P2. I'm curious how this breaks down. Does it go to another hill? I don't remember. 29 seconds left on this map too. That's actually mind blowing.
No, I think Toronto they clutched up. I forgot how.
They win this. They win this map. No, they
won
it.
Yeah, they won it. But I'm saying
Empire won this map.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Dallas won this map.
I was about to be mind blowing.
They clutch up.
Toronto, yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, Ben's a little faded.
Yeah, I watch a lot of maps today. That's why I was like,
no, I mean, guys, to be fair, it's true though. It's true. To be fair, guys, like they get all bundled up. We watch so many maps in one day. It's like all I remember is the finals, and now I'm remembering this stuff, and I'm forgetting the finals. It's like fuck. This is why we need notes.
Going back to that pacing issue, like look at their KDs in that map. This guy Krim, 27 and 31. I'm pretty sure he had probably had the most engagements. Granted, engagements don't tell the whole story, but he had the most engagements, and his team are close. If he was pretty high up there with his team, and he's an AR player on Checkmate of all maps, like that's a map where as an AR you're posted up and you're just literally spawn killing essentially on the corners of the map.
Yeah.
He was just running, bro. He was aggressive the entire map.
No, it's crazy, bro.
Moving over to the S&D, I think the story of the search and why Toronto's so good at this map, they're just so good at just pushing out B on offense, and they're just impossible to kill Laundry. They stack this side. They just have good reads on how the defense is going to retake, and they just make it so difficult on other teams. I don't know if you guys feel sort of the same way about how they kind of play this map.
No, they're really good. Bro, Toronto does a good job just working together. They do a good job just staying together, having these crossfires to look at them. They always have these weird off angles, right? Like, it's like when we were cooking them in purple in Miami. At least they were trying to do something together, right? We were cooking them for a bad spot. Or at least I was. But at least they were doing stuff together. And they're doing the same thing. I mean, especially on raid, they're always getting control of that B site, that ring site. They're always hitting up. They're getting laundry control. And they don't do anything too crazy. They never overextend. They never do anything stupid. They stay disciplined. And they work together. And it shows, bro. It shows. They're a really good S&D team. Probably one of the best in the game right now. I mean, they're the champs. So currently the best, in my opinion. So it's just they've been incredible to watch, Ben. They've been awesome.
They haven't lost this map either.
Have they? They haven't lost this?
Toronto haven't lost a raid S&D yet.
What the fuck is their record?
Which is blowing my mind. Every time we do this.
Maron, they're 5-0.
We've talked about this on the show, Tom.
Veto.
So mind blown that people don't veto this map against them.
Like wanted to play them on this map or like.
Cammy just got in real timing there.
Up and just like, all right, yo, let's see.
Yeah, but like if you're,
we're one of the best teams. And...
Oh, they lost one against Faze. They lost one. All right, still. Right, what's up, Ben?
If you're Dallas, it's like that's why I was so confused for the vetoes. It's like, would you rather play this team on raid where you know that's their playground, or play them on Moscow? And I don't actually think Dallas is that bad in Moscow. I just think they make it too mixy and too elaborate. They don't play together. It just seemed like a weird decision for me to just keep giving Toronto the same maps they keep playing and keep having the momentum. I just feel like teams should learn that lesson from now. From all the history of COD, when teams have gone on these Sunday runs, they just keep playing the same maps over and over and over. You got to mix it up on them.
Yeah, going to the vetoes, it just seemed like they squared up. They're triple raid in this series. It just seems like they picked a lot of these maps and just like almost like ego child Toronto on them, basically.
Ego vetoed.
Yeah, ego vetoed. No, I'm serious. Like they're triple raid, and that's like Toronto's really favorite map to play. I swear, they play it the most out of like any team.
This guy was fucking twisted today. Kleenex, the fuck did he eat? Cause I need it. This guy was absolutely correct. The whole team played phenomenal. But yeah, I don't really know. I feel like Toronto at this point, do you think you see them doing this consistently? Like, do you see them playing like this?
That's the
consistently.
The question, right?
Like, do you see them doing this again?
That's the question, right? Because we've seen teams like play well, at least in let's use the last 2 years, right? Because franchising, I think it's unfair to keep going back a couple of years. Like, we've seen a couple of teams like Florida like kind of fall off once people sort of figure out the vetoes against them. I think for Toronto, they've got the talent. we have talked in this show that we were really pretty high on them, and then they were just sort of inconsistent for about 6 weeks. If they can just keep up this consistency level, then they'll be in the mix.
Yeah.
They just have to keep bringing that work ethic and trying to innovate and push the meta. If they get complacent, then they just fall in the pack like everybody else, and that's where teams get in trouble.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I'm just excited, man. Now I'm excited. Faze losing like kind of excites me a little bit because now it's just like Faze just looked unbeatable to me, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like I just think there was no chance anybody was beating them, and I also think it's kind of crazy that Faze was in winners, and I just don't like how it is. I don't like the format, like the best of 9 format. I personally don't like it. I don't like how like I feel like I personally feel like Faze didn't have much of an advantage in the grand final.
Yeah, I mean, Faze also.
You really don't. You have a veto advantage, but like
one veto.
Yeah, like it's just not a big. It's not a big enough advantage. It's a really long series too. It's very long.
After Toronto just played all those matches.
Yeah,
it sucks that it sucks that they don't play like the winners finals the same day, because then you can't win the winners finals and then be ready for the grand finals. It's
That's
like
how it was
you just
before
win the
this
winners
stage.
finals and then you're in the grand finals. You sit and wait. A team like Toronto won 2 matches already today. They're on fire, and then they just come into the best of 9 and went crazy. So like. You just gained that momentum.
If I remember correctly, too, I'm pretty sure Faze went up 3-2. Like if it was like old rules, like 2 best of 5s, like Faze probably would have won it. But that's hindsight. You know, you can't say it like you can't talk like that. Yeah. I mean, Toronto 100% deserved to win. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like the format.
We've had formats like this where the winners has to kind of sit for a while, and some of those events have been events where like a team makes a crazy losers run and wins a double best of 5 or double best of 7. You guys did that once in AW. Like it can't happen because the team just kind of figures it out on a given day. I don't know like what you would place the best of 9 with though. Like maybe go back to giving the winner like the team going from winners bracket a 1-0 advantage. But like I don't think we could sit here and say that FaZe got unlucky today. I think Toronto was the better team on the day.
Toronto played unreal. Toronto played unreal.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you have to give credit to Toronto. Like they played incredible today. And I just never seen them play like this. I've seen them play really good, and I've always thought highly of them. But this just looked like a next level good. Like they looked really good here.
This was incredible. Like like you said, they've looked really good. But this was just a different level, man. We've seen FaZe dominate, but like these guys were looking better than even like a dominant FaZe in their series. It was mind blowing to watch.
Like, I was like, damn, bro.
Their S&D was surgical, bro.
It was surgical. That's a good way to put it. They were just moving together, bro. They were just a whole big unit today, dude. A whole big unit.
Going back to the format thing, Tom, my bad, cut you off.
You're good.
We need to bring back the old best of 11 series continuations if they played each other before. That would actually be hella fun to watch.
Honestly, that's really confusing to explain to the audience.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like a leftover from Halo, and
yeah,
like
but so is this.
I kind of got the appeal back in Halo, but it's gonna be so hard to explain to an audience. It's somewhere between the 2 best of 5s and the best of 9. But they've got some talented people over in the League Ops team at CDL. I think they've always like shown with the league over the last 2 years that they're willing to just continue tweaking the format. Yeah. I think they just need to find the sweet spot in like giving the winners an advantage, but also creating a way for the losers to have some ability to kind of get a hold in the series.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we should speed through this, Ben, because we got a long final to talk about, bro. A long fucking final, and I don't even know how long we've been live for, but I feel like this final may take a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I think there's only thing I had in this control, and I think Krim is gonna go back and watch this and kind of lose full, is what happens at the end of this round 5 when he kind of plays a very, I would say, difficult spot to play, and it kind of puts his team in a bad spot. But let me find it.
Why are you guys always arguing about stupid shit in the chat, man? Krim should be dropped. Scum should be retired, and you guys are fucking yelling at each other. Krim shouldn't be dropped. Scum shouldn't retire. What are you guys, idiots? Are you guys idiots? What's wrong with you fucking guys?
People just firing at the fire as the fire takes.
People are
take a fucking deep breath. Take a fucking deep breath.
People are definitely trolling in chat, but like this high for like new up and coming talent, I'm all for it at the same time. But some of it's a little ridiculous in terms of like some of the things people suggest in like chat and Reddit
there was
and stuff.
Literally a Reddit post of like the worst players in the league, and people were saying Bance is one of the worst players in the Reddit post. And then he comes on and does this. Like,
Idiots.
Yeah.
It's just that's just how it is. Like
That's a let it. That was on Reddit.
Yeah,
That's a let it. That's a let it for sure. That's definitely a let it, man. Put that shit in the chat. That's a let it.
like crazy.
Bro.
Let's talk about the situation.
All right, Ben. Let's talk about it.
Because this is like, I thought that Dallas could have won here, and what happens is Krim wide channels. Basically, he plays like, I don't even know what kind of angle he's playing in basketball, but he gets picked and their whole setup falls apart. Instead of kind of like trying to team shoot this guy with his teammate, he gives like the easiest kill of all time. So by whole play, you'll see exactly what Krim does. Like they've got some numbers here. They kill the guy water stairs. They know someone's coming basketball, and instead of double shotting this with Illy, Krim just
I don't know what he was
peeks.
doing. I don't know what he was doing. And maybe if Porter would stop bailing on the fucking show every day, I would be able to talk to him about it. But you know, maybe that's why he's getting bad juju now, because he's not coming on the fucking show and he's doing stupid shit like that. The fuck was that?
And like they could have then clutched like a 6v11 at that point. Like if they had stacked the hill there and they got that kill, how many guys were coming water stairs and money? We've seen teams clutch up there when you play the close angle and you can avoid getting killed.
Momentum swing in the series right there.
Yeah, definitely a momentum swing.
Same thing that happened to us.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
So big.
Guys, Porter doesn't need to get dropped. Porter's one of the best, if not the best Call of Duty player of all time. And just because somebody has a bad map or a few bad maps or a bad series or something like that doesn't mean you need to get dropped. You guys can relax. I think we need a little bit of a yoga session one of these days, guys. Maybe 10-15 minutes of yoga in the middle of the episode, and maybe it will do good for us. But I just think you guys got to give Toronto more credit. And people in the chat, like, stop trying to put blame on other people on other teams. Just give Toronto the credit they deserve, because they played phenomenal, and obviously it was tough for people to keep up. Period. It's just all that comes down to.
Think about it. Toronto's beaten like you would say 3 of the top 4 teams in the league, all within a span of
crazy shit. They did not have an easy road. They did not have an easy road. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
it's a Cinderella story for sure.
Hold on, they beat 4 of the top 5 teams because they beat Optic Chicago earlier in this event. So that's a very impressive run from them, and I think don't want to take any credit away from Toronto. They absolutely did what needed to be done to win this tournament, regardless of being online. I know some people were saying some bullshit about Bell Fiber or whatever. Like the way they were playing today, they would play that way on LAN when you're feeling it like that.
They went from getting crucified. They went from getting crucified by part of the community for dropping Zin, and this isn't a shot. Zin, great player, obviously, to basically winning the stage with a player that they just picked up, obviously. So
pretty crazy,
Cinderella story for sure. That's insane.
Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. Zinni was in here earlier, guys. I don't know if you heard him. He's down bad, guys. He's fucking down bad. We gotta show Zinni some positivity, man. This guy. Yeah. I wish he was on the show, just vibing with us, kicking it. But I mean, today he just didn't want to come on, man. You know, he's fucking down bad, man.
That's always gonna be tough, especially if you're not on your team anymore, you get replaced, and then they do good, and then they win an event. That's just crazy. I mean, Zinni's still a really talented player, really good player, but I mean, these guys just have really good chemistry. So that is definitely tough.
We got a donation.
Everyone will feel some type of way.
100%, bro. 100%. We got a donation. He said the flank is cursed. During the major, almost every team a pro comes on the show, they lose when they play the next day. Pretty sure it happened to Sim, Dashy, Florida Skies, and Slacked, Asum, and Looney. It didn't happen to Draws. Like, get the fuck out of here with this stupid conspiracy shit. I don't believe in this stupid. We've had people come in here and they won the fucking event.
Yeah, I don't know
you
about
fucking idiots. You guys are always onto some shit. I can't take you guys serious. I can't take you guys fucking serious. Mad on these fucking guys. Let's go into the finals, man. Let's go into the finals. That's this fucking.
I mean, this is sort of an unexpected final because I saw this map set, Tom, and I was like, Faze got some interesting maps in here, maps that they normally are favored on. They were able to we know they were kind of. We know they've been kind of ass at Express S&D, and they were able to get it punted all the way to map 7 in this series. So this set was pretty good for them. But they just got bodied on all the S&Ds. They lost 2 controls, which and that ended up being the difference in the last hard point, obviously, as well. And those are the 5 maps.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm just looking at this map set. I'm like, man, there's a lot of maps here. This is gonna be a long series.
Yeah.
And it ended up being a long one. It would have been crazy to see that shit go last map, but obviously we didn't. Guys, if you keep putting this cursed flank shit, we're not gonna get any guests on the show. You're fucking yourselves.
True. Very
you
good
know
point.
what I'm saying? So
Well,
chill the fuck out.
When you get to a grand finals of a tournament, you know, and like map sets and all these like statistics, they go out the window.
They do
Regardless,
sometimes.
I feel like most of the time, I feel like people that have been to, I guess you're right, but like you can't even look too hard into this map set. Like obviously it showed in the tournament, but these guys came out to play.
Yeah, they 100% came out to play. Faze, they come out starting hot. They come out, Beezy's 11-3, and I'm like, here we go. It's going to be a fucking mop. Faze, they come out, they start frying. They're up 80-0. I'm like, this is going to be a fucking boring-ass finals. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, Toronto, they look like Toronto again. And I'm like, Jesus.
Bro, Toronto, every single series, except I think that besides the LA Thieves one, they lost the first map, they won the next 3. They did it to Optic.
Damn.
They did it to us. They did it to Dallas. Faze beat them first map. I think Toronto wins the next 2.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they've lost the first map in most of their series, and they just win the next 3. But I think they 3-0'd LA, if I remember correctly, though.
Yeah, I will say this map probably is Faze's probably best hardpoint map. Well, the thing with Faze is like Moscow and this are probably their best maps. And like I don't know, has a team? When was the last time a team beat them on Garrison hardpoint? It had to be Optic, right? Like way back in stage 1.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, someone in chat let me know because I don't have the stats in front of me. But I mean they've always just looked really comfortable in this map. This map did get close towards the end, but Faze were never like really in a position where it was going to like slip away from them.
Yeah.
They just did a good job of front running. Obviously they lost a lot of their lead and kind of bungled a little bit of this P2 that we'll see here in a bit. And they get kind of flipped out, but they just do a good job of like setting up the breaks when they can. Especially on this P3, which we'll watch. They did a pretty good break on this hill, I think. Let me skip over towards it. I mean, watching this map one, I was like, okay. I mean, same with you, Tom. I was like, Faze did what they need to do. It's like really tough. They've been sitting around for hours, probably like waiting to play. You know, that's another problem I think with this format. I don't want to say it's necessarily a problem, but it's an interesting thing, which is like if you're Faze, like you're not ever really going to be able to get like a lot of good practice on this day because you have to be careful about which teams you warm up, and then you just have to sit because you have to wait for 2 series to go before you know who you're going to play.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a weird situation. That being said, though, like amateur teams have this problem all the time where they win a winners finals and they got to wait 5 hours for the loser side bracket to work its way out.
Yeah.
But just part of the difficulties of playing this esport.
Yeah. No, 100%.
This first map is a testament to how good Faze is. I mean, for them to come off strong, win the first map, obviously, while playing basically under practice, not like warmed up as much as like Toronto was really important for them to even be contending in the series.
Yeah, no, I agree. They came out to play good. Bro, what impresses me about Faze is when somebody's having a really, like right there, RC's had like a really bad map, but they still won the map. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's impressive, when somebody's not playing well and they're still winning. It's just like one of those things where your teammate, they just have so many people who can go off at any given time. It's like what we saw fucking Cell yesterday start off like 3-12 or whatever and end up like positive, and then Sim today will start off like 0-9 or something, and then ended up like 24-21 at some point. It's like, dude, these guys have a different gear. You know what I'm saying? So to beat a team like this is like a huge accomplishment, especially after everything that they obviously they have the record now for winning the most league matches in a row. I'm pretty sure they broke that record. And obviously winning the last major. So these guys are like the guys to beat. You know what I'm saying? In Toronto, they came out. They look good. Now, we got to talk about Faze's S&D.
Trash.
Trash. I don't know what's going on. It seems like they don't want to make plays. It seems like they're scared. It seems like they're overthinking stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me because knowing the team they have, sometimes I just want to see them just running and gunning. It's so a lot more complicated than that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just feel like they're not making plays. Like they're not making plays around the map, and they're not doing anything together, and they're just always getting picked, or it just looks sloppy, Ben. Just sloppy.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to rework their S&E majorly after this tournament. They just like haven't looked good really all of the stage. Let's be honest. Ever since they lost those 2 S&Es to Gorillas, it's been a real tough go for them in this game mode. Their best players, Simp and Abizi, sometimes really struggle in S&D. I think Simp is gonna end this with like a 0.6 or a 0.7 S&D KD, which is a little bizarre.
User joined your channel.
I agree with you, Tom. It's just like watching this map in particular too. They were just so slow to rotate, so slow to make reads. I just feel like they're kind of like what we said about LA Thieves for a couple of weeks. They're just like so afraid to make mistakes and get called out because they were on such a big slide in S&D. So they need to get that confidence back again, play disrespectful, like do what they were doing for a long time, which is pushing shit out as a team. And you have the gun skill and you're going to get the trades, and that's how you're going to play.
Yeah, no, I agree. I see a lot of people in the chat saying get Standy a chair. I don't got another chair, Eli. So I mean, I don't know.
We're in a compact space.
Yes,
Yeah.
listen, guys.
It's
very the setup is not the best right now, but we're making it fucking work for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Can I crash the party?
Oh, look who it is! It's Ian, Wyatt, 8K, and Abel. Welcome to the flank, Ian.
What's good, Ian? Oh, my, what's good, everybody?
Ian, is this your first time on?
Nah, I did it once with you two. Remember? It was a while ago.
Yeah, that was when we first started. Hey, we've hit new numbers, Ian. You haven't been here in a while.
I bet,
you know what I'm saying?
10K himself.
Look at it. You know what I'm saying, Ian? Look at the Wanables are coming in. The Wanables, they love you. The people, they love you, Ian. They fucking love you.
No, Wick Wompton.
It's fucking Wick Wompton. You already know Dick Compton is in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's a good play where he just kind of army crawls across. And...
This guy Bance kept doing this shit. He was army crawling through the beach and they couldn't find him.
Wow.
But the thing, if you're Faze here though, it's like at some point you got to know that they're hitting A, and they just all kind of sit here.
Right there, and it's to go for the plant.
Yeah.
Don't really make a play. At this point they rotate over.
They already got the bomb down though. Got numbers.
Alec gets gun out a window, like it's shocked at this point.
To be fair, that is like a really good play by Bance. But like, if they're gonna 3-1 split a bomb site, I'd rather Alec take a wider approach on the beach. So that way they have like an area to rotate to where he can actually like provide some coverage, because him holding that building, it doesn't cover the beach whatsoever. So if they were to just essentially storm the beach and get that bomb down, there's zero chance that FaZe retakes this bomb site.
Yeah.
Because when SMGs get underneath your like railing on the side of a bomb, it's like impossible to get them out of there.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Insight just keeps playing this fucking spot, and there's just so many weird angles and weird different corners up there that just FaZe couldn't kill him. They
took forever to set this flank.
They were taking forever every round. They were they were moving in like fucking snails.
They need to get the bomb
took about
down
30
already.
seconds to decide
They're
the
right
flank.
here. Alec gets picked right here, if I remember correctly. It's like it was just, and at this point, look, there's 18 seconds left when Abizi's making the play up here. It's like, you got to make a play. You got to do something, or at least try and get the bomb down or something, you know? It's just too much waiting around. Toronto, they're a smart team. They're not gonna give you anything, you know? So it's like, you have to try and make a play. And
That's one thing about Toronto that's really good is how they get information and actively use that information to slowly like suffocate you in like map control and search. They do it all the time really well. You saw them do it on the raid. I think they played versus Dallas, where they're like taking mid, and then they're doing the same thing there. They slowly just suffocated FaZe on that beach side of the map.
Yeah, no, they're good, bro. They know what they're doing. I think the one day when I fucking cooked them about this map, I think they've been amazing since. What do you think, guys? I think you guys are saying that. I think you guys are saying the flank is cursed. But I'm gonna be honest. I think the flank helps people.
They got rid of that setup.
Bance was in the chat and he was he was saying that he's gonna change it and he won't do it again and that they're gonna be godlike at this map. But now look, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to give props to them in S&D because they look like they're on another level.
Yeah, and they straight up embarrassed a team that was, up until this stage probably a dominant S&D team. They were a dominant S&D team last year as well. Like, just mad props to Toronto and how they played in this game mode. Really, all of this major.
Yeah,
bro, it's the first time they got to taste their own medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You saw the frustrations from Phase 2, right? I mean, at the end of it, like Simp was just fucking yelling. I was like, yeah, the chat loves you, Standy. They just keep fucking going crazy, you know?
What's up, chat? Yeah, let's go, chat.
You already know. We got Eli in the fucking building, man. He sees you guys, man. I see people in the chat.
I see the hype.
He sees you, man. But I just think, like, there's something about FaZe right now that's just not clicking in S&D. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like, do you think they're overthinking it?
I think they're way overthinking it. I don't think it's a first blood problem like they had last year. I just think they're so scared to like make plays and just play aggressive.
Their mid-round adjustments are not very good right now. At least they didn't look good in this finals whatsoever.
They were awful in this final.
Yeah, it almost seems like their small talk is off. It's either their small talk is off or they're just having a bad day and they're just going through it. You know what I'm saying? It's like one or the other. I don't know what it is. But shout out to Toronto because they played really well. You can fast forward it, Ben. I don't think we need to.
We'll
there's a
go
lot
to,
of matches, bro. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
we'll go to map 3, the checkmate control, which was an interesting one for sure. Not the best to start for Faze in this map. I believe they lose or they give up this first offense. Just get absolutely just kind of pieced throughout the map. I mean, we saw this a lot, bro. Like Kleenex and Bance and Cammy just getting piece after piece after piece and playing. They do a good job of constantly getting Faze to sort of move through and get them stuck in the wood spawn trap, the long spawn trap. It was just a bad round for Faze. They were never able to really get like a lot of control going.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's weird when you see Faze make blatant mistakes that they don't usually make. I mean, we're watching the game in the TeamSpeak, Ben, and it's like there's just things that we hear Chris and RJ talk about all the time that they talk about, and they're just not listening. You know what I'm saying?
We'll point that one out here. So I'm gonna let this round play out because I think Faze could have probably put themselves in a better spot in this offense, but they get really close to capping A. The situation gets kind of mixy. They get really worried about number 6 who's in their spawn. And then there's going to be sort of another set of kills here. But you'll see what happens. It gets to the point where Abizi could have straight up just kind of hopped A, and he decides to actually wrap back to his spawn.
I remember this play. Like right here, he gets the opening kill. He gets through.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's trying to do here. He's the only one. He gets the one guy A side. He gets the kill long. So it's like you would have liked to see him progress with the map. He backed all the way up to tractor and put himself in he got out. He got out of the trap and then went right back into it. So it was just a weird play. Maybe he thought because he was by himself, he couldn't make a play on the street, but he got the kill. So I would have liked to see him play a little bit more aggressive there for sure.
What I like of what Ultra did there is they just ignored him. Even if that guy got through A, they had so much overwhelming plane and Tetris control that they just let him go. And even if he were to hop the point, they were just focused on continuing the spawn trap and worrying about the guy out later.
Yeah,
kind of, but if he hops the point, he gets a guy playing to turn, or like
100%,
you know what I'm saying?
100%,
It just
I agree
helps
with
his
you.
teammates.
And if he gets out, and then he's now pushed out long, and he can spawn trap double to get out of the trap, it just like is a way better play to try and get out of that position.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. I just think Ultra played that really well, rather than like focusing him so hard.
Faze do end up winning a offense here, and I think they do actually end up winning this offense, correct? I believe if we skip forward.
Well, Faze was bringing this back. They brought this back. And it was getting really mixy here. It was.
Got a little life lead.
Did they win this offense?
I think they did.
They did, didn't they bring this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they won this offense.
Yeah, just went round 5. So they brought it back, and then I don't really know how it felt. I thought after they won this offense, I thought Faze was gonna clutch up.
They did some fugazery. That's why.
They got stuck on having to do offense again.
They did some fugaze
again.
Yeah.
Well,
they got stuck in getting double offense, Tom, because they got fried so hard in the first 2 rounds, and they just were never going to be able to make up in the kills.
Yeah, no, 100%. I want to see this fugaze that Ian's talking about. What fugaze did they do?
God, dude, they try to go B and they were splitting points and shit.
Oh, no, they're splitting points. They're fucking splitting points.
They had 2 ticks on one on the other. I choose one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll see what the hell happened, bro. We'll break it down. Guys, are there any mods in my chat? What the heck are you guys doing? You guys are crazy today. You're a bunch of fucking animals in here. The Zoo Mafia is untamed right now. You guys are wild, man. You guys are fucking wild.
Crazy win.
Chat's going rogue.
Is that your son behind me? Yeah, kinda. He's like my nephew. Vinny's his dad.
Vinny's my dad?
Yeah, Vinny's your dad for sure.
Vinny's your dad.
Vinny's your dad for sure.
Vinny's been tweeting for 3 years. Vinny's been tweeting for 3 or 4 years that Standy was next up.
That was awesome.
Vinny's been saying it for a minute now. He's been going fucking crazy for a minute.
I feel like every single segment that you skip through, Ben, like we just see a Toronto player with streaks in like literally every single game mode.
Oh, I got a good 2-piece.
Like we're talking about how like, oh, we're not used to seeing Faze make these mistakes. We're not used to seeing Faze getting gunned. These guys were literally getting gunned by these like Toronto players, like in a lot of these fights. Just outslaying consistently.
That comes back to like part of always the struggle when you're the team coming from winners in a format like this. You've got to figure out how to grab momentum by the reins because the other team may have gone through 2 series. They may have played like 10 maps. Well, it's happened, Ian. You guys did it in AW a couple times.
What do we do?
What?
The fuck did we do? Tell me right now.
Season 3 playoffs in AW. Didn't you guys go through a losers run there on Sunday and then win two best of 7s?
Yeah, we did.
That was actually versus Chris. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah.
So close. To that.
Thanks,
And
man.
then, and
I
then
remember
Dylan
that.
and Tommy, you guys did it again in Stage 1 playoffs in World War II. You
Yeah,
guys
we were
had
a
that-
losers bracket team.
We reverse swept
Yeah.
again in losers finals, then won 2 best of 5s.
Yeah, we were
So-
good with our backs against the walls because we just did
But in
crazy
AW
shit.
it was best of 7. So it was like best of 7 series. It was a long series, but we
Yeah,
won.
dude. Somehow Chris
Best
let
of
that
7
one.
double limbs.
Somehow Parasite let that one go, man.
I'm tormented by that event. I was up 3-1 versus Optic in a best of 7 winners finals. Lost
Damn.
that.
Damn.
And then we were up
Damn,
and then here's the next one. Losers finals versus Faze, who ends up winning the tournament. We are up 3-0 in a best of 7 and we lost again.
You already
That's
know.
how I
Dill.
got sent to third place in
I wanna,
MVP playoffs.
Damn, that
I wanna
sucks, bro. That sucks.
Yeah.
I
man.
want to talk about this map.
Not for you. Not for you.
That sucks, man.
So,
I'm sorry to hear
wanna-
that, Chris.
I want to
Yeah.
talk about this situation
Aggie.
here, because we've had people come in this call and then they say like, oh,
And 2 best of 7s.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry, Ben's trying to talk, guys.
It's,
Hold on one second. Go
always
ahead.
hard for
Yeah,
me
no,
to
I know.
answer.
They can't hear you, so they be
Yeah.
going rogue. But go ahead, Ben. We're listening.
But we've had people come on the show and say like, oh, PT's so hard, yada yada yada. Like, I
Yeah.
love what Toronto did here. We've talked about this. Why doesn't the team go ahead and just YOLO P2? Now, to be fair to the strat, I also think that this is a major risk because then you may not get any P1 time to get put in the blender. But Toronto said F
Dude,
it.
they stormed that fucking
But
shit.
they just 4-hit it.
They were a
said, "Screw
fucking
it."
army going through that left side of the map. They
Yeah.
said, fucking, we're flipping this shit off the rip. We're not dealing with nothing. I like the play.
That's
because
respectable.
now they get some trades and now they're working a pinch. And it's just, they're making it mixy. They're just making it fucking
They're about to
hectic.
spawn 'em
I
out
like
right now.
that.
They're about
I
to
like
spawn
that.
them out.
Write that down,
has
Eli.
no
Write
team
it
ever
down.
done that,
Write
man?
it down, bro.
Sometimes you gotta go for it. You have to go for it sometimes.
it's
and
not
work
a
out.
bad
Not gonna
play.
expect that kind of
Yeah.
break. in
It's
finals
not a
of
bad
tournament.
play,
What,
Tom,
Chris-
but
what,
in
Chris?
challengers,
Yeah.
we've played this map a little bit more because we've just been grinding the living crap out of tournaments. And like usually, I think the way people are definitely gonna like watch out for this more, but the way people are playing this P1 is wrong. Rather than stacking around P1, you should basically stack this off the rip to prevent situations like this happening. Yeah, and then you want to play passive around the hill and then pinch through the chicken. They'll basically the chicken coop. It'll basically allow you
Hey,
to
wake up.
basically prevent a blind counter, what Toronto just did, but still retain map control on the other side. And I think as more people play this map, they'll adopt something like that. And also, Bance was playing a glitch spot here, so I'm not sure if that's even allowed, but
Which
that's
spot?
a different story. Do you guys not see what Bance is playing? So, go back. So you can actually look
For
through
what?
this tree. Where Bance is, you can see through this tree and shoot people, and they can't see you or kill you. It's
What
actually.
the
Does that count as a glitch
Oh,
spot?
no.
I wonder if he was using it. I'm not trying to call him out because I mean, I'm
may not
assuming that's
know.
what he's doing.
Yeah.
But it's a glitch spot. It's a glitch.
You can see through the
get
tree
Ben
like
in here.
like
Other
like
Ben.
No
Yeah, so
way,
If you
bro.
go to a private match, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you lay down, you can see through the tree. It's a glitch spot. So
What are you gonna do? They would have won this shit without the glitch spot anyway.
Yeah,
guys. Let's
probably,
calm the
but-
fuck
Well-
down, guys. You guys are always looking for drama, bro.
I'm just saying.
Like a fucking Keepstar, the Call of Duty fucking Keepstar these days.
Take the chip away.
Fucking
I
clip
call
it, fucking
people out. I
forfeit,
call people out on
you
that
fucking
stuff.
guys, man.
I call people out and stuff like. Anyway, go ahead.
as bad as Fade's played in this series, again, another hard point that's like it's so hard for other
think
teams to
Sid
put
did
this
that.
map in a series, man. Like you know Faze didn't pick this map because they ended up getting good side.
Yeah, it's
And
probably
it's
an
just
expectation.
if you put them in great positions on these maps and they get ahead, like it's just so hard. And Faze has absolutely kind of run away here. If we actually listen in, like their comms are really good.
Yeah, let's
They're doing a
I'm
good
gonna
job
tune in. Let's tune into
rotating.
listening and see how they sound. Let's go to an
Yeah.
actual game listening with Dylan and Faze.
In the back of me.
Stream it on the back.
Look back to us. Hey, we're looking right inside. We're looking right inside in the back. Yo, I'm getting the shot. Three in the back. I got one. Three in the back.
Get this time.
We're spawn front. We're spawn front.
Someone else get time.
I'm trying to get time. Maybe hit the letter. I'm looking.
Bench,
Coop. I'm saying. Coop. I need a coop inside.
No, Bane's in the
I
back.
get time. We're good. 20 seconds.
Yeah,
20
get the 20.
seconds.
Bane's in the back.
Get 20. We're spawning
We
in.
should cover right. We should cover right.
Go right.
Got time.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm gonna go M, I mean.
Need a coop.
Go for it.
We should get these
He's
ones.
gonna be behind bench. I'm trying to go coop
Inside
right
the
now.
back, one shot.
Stay left. We're working this shit.
On team bench.
Do a little dirt.
What's in the outer? Go on top ammo.
On team bench, yes.
He's behind bench. One shot.
Behind bench.
Comes out TV.
Behind bench,
There's one TV. There's one guy all the way
Behind
back.
bench,
There's only one time. I spawned all the way out. They're spawning on behind.
I'm in the back.
They're spawning outer.
Now we
Spawn together.
Two, there's two.
Yeah.
They're spawning outer.
Ultra with a late break.
Dude, really good listening.
Still gonna spoil
They
it.
sound really good.
Yeah, the comms are good. Obviously, you know what you get from Alec and Chris. And really, everybody's directing traffic on the team, small talking. Like, that's what you want to hear. You don't got any mutes. Everybody's communicative, calling out what they're picking up, what they want to do. Like,
yeah,
that's the basic shit that you got to do if you want to try and win at this level.
No, 100%. What's up?
Right
yeah, bro, it's good listening, man. I think they were just small talking really well. They were talking about how they want to break. Alec was trying to calm them down, make sure nobody was ego challenging anything, trying to work a good break. That's what they did, and they played really well this map. Faze was able to tie it up and bring it back. This was a really big map for them, so they definitely showed some composure, and they were making this a series, man. Even on a day where Toronto was firing on full cylinders, Faze was still not an easy team to beat. I'll tell you that. And that's the scary part of it all, is that if you want to beat these guys, you got to play on the top of your level, man. And that's what Toronto did. So it's incredible to see, man. You know what I'm saying, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, this map kind of ended up being a blowout. FaZe basically got all this P3 and P4 are basically the window in this game. I think combined on those two hills, FaZe probably got like 150 seconds. And they're just again, I totally understand why they haven't played this map a lot and why a lot of teams are just, even if it's ending up as one of the 3 maps available in a series, it's just not ending up in a pick from the other team. FaZe just know that if they get that chance, great. We've got a great map we're good at, and we'll get good side and cop a dub.
Yep. And then we move on to the next one. We're tied up at 2. The series is fucking going back and forth. I'm stressing out, dude. I'm like watching this. I'm losing my fucking mind.
I don't want to watch this map.
Why not?
We definitely gotta watch this map.
Because I was absolutely fucking mind blown that Toronto lost this.
Shit. Here we go. We got Miles in the chat. How you doing, Miles? Great job today. You sound amazing on the mic. You sound incredible.
I think it cuts both ways. FaZe should have closed this map out pretty quick. They go up to a big lead and they choke it. But
yeah, you're right.
But then also Toronto kind of bottled at the end. It was super weird. I'm gonna skip probably to the 3rd round. This is where Simp goes absolutely hambony in a situation where it was not looking particularly good for them, and he just gets 3 absolute kills in this hambony. He gets 3 kills in the streak here. We'll watch in this post plant situation.
No, 100%. Toronto bottled it. This was that fucking that streak, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on this guy.
He's 34 HP.
Pretty sure FaZe goes at what, 4-0?
Oh my god, he's still alive. Yeah, FaZe go 4-0.
4-0. They're about to go crazy. And
that's what I'm saying. Though.
I swear to God.
Ian, you see how FaZe when they are sliding around, they're just fucking challenging and shit in S&D. They're getting kills like that, and then sometimes they just play like fucking pussies. I don't get it.
I'm telling you, I think that this is the first time. I think it's the best thing that happened to them, but it's the first time that they got challenged. They got punched in the mouth and they just didn't know how to react.
Yeah, not in S&D though, because their S&D has been a little iffy for a minute now. Not like for a while, but like the last few matches, you know, like the last few S&Ds they've been playing have not been good. They have not.
I feel like Toronto exposed them though. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like they've lost and it hasn't looked that good, but like Toronto exposed them in S&D.
Yeah, they did. Toronto played really, really well, bro. That's what I'm saying. You got to give credit to Toronto because they just played it insane. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, I think Toronto was the more aggressive S&D team, when normally FaZe is the more aggressive S&D team, and that's how this went down. And yeah, on the side of FaZe, like on some of these S&D maps, like Simp's going double negative. Like I don't think he's had his reps like that in his career where he's playing that bad in Search. But I think FaZe got to figure out the S&D here quick. They can't rely on just being a really good control team and hardpoint team. Like they're going to, again, hate to keep harping on it, but they're going to be in a tough group going forward. That's usually how the team that finishes the second always is in this format. And they're going to play a lot of good S&D teams in that group, and they're going to have to get a lot better at this game mode.
What's up, Dill?
I was saying, I wonder what the groups are going to be, because, like, of course, it just comes down to the teams picking each other, so it's going to be weird, especially all the rosters changing, too, and, like, everything, all the new teams formed, because, I mean, Toronto's still a new team. We're still a pretty new team. A couple more team changes are happening. Like, these groups are about to be crazy.
Shit is hitting the fucking fan, ladies and gentlemen. Live on the flag.
One stage or one team, one group is probably going to be what? FaZe, Optic Empire?
Yeah, let's think this out, right? So Toronto will be like Group B or Group A, whatever. So Toronto gets to pick first, right? And they're probably going to put Dallas in FaZe's group, or I would assume it's going to be Dallas, right? And then
Yeah,
Faze will put Chicago in the other group. And then it's really up to what Chicago picks. That's actually the really interesting one. Because then who is the 13 they're going to put in Faze's group? Is it New York? Is it Minnesota? Is it Thieves? And then that, like the cascading effect there could be really interesting. We saw like a curveball. If one team like picks a unquote weaker team that they don't want in the group due to matchups, suddenly you end up with like a stacked situation. So likely of that like top 6 teams, 3 of them are going to end up in one group.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be
That's
a
fucking
maybe 4.
nuts. These
That's
groups are
gonna
gonna
be
be
a bloodbath.
crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Competition
Holy
is crazy.
shit, the competition is fucking nuts.
These rounds out of Faze, sorry to cut you off, but these rounds out of Faze, they look so uncoordinated, and some of these rounds are still coming down to like 1v1s, which is like scary, because like you can see that they're making a lot of mistakes, but the maps and the rounds are still really, really close, and they shouldn't be.
Abadil. All right, good. Sit down, Eli. I know your back is probably fucking fried.
So this round was, I mean, there's a lot to unpack in this round.
Definitely a lot to unpack.
Tyler plays this spot, I swear to God, every
all the time. All the time he plays this spot.
All the time. He gets help from his team. They actually do a pretty good job of using him as bait in this situation. They get number 3 Simp to slide over to the window. He gets a trade. They get a nice crossfire as well from Alec. Faze you get picked though, and this gets kind of mixy. And then in this round, Alec clutches a 1v1 that I don't think he should have clutched. And we'll get to it. I think the streak should have been called, and it would have put him in a really tough position.
100%.
To try and stick it.
Celium
with, like,
does really good right there to try to get a kill before going down, because he got swarmed. He was playing an island over there trying to get info, and they all hit him super fast. So the fact he's able to take down one before he went down was super big. Now you have 18 seconds left on the clock. Toronto, they're forced to get it down, which is exactly what they do. And Toronto, they make the best out of it. Faze, they're separated right now. You got 3 guys coming in from 3 different lanes, but Toronto, they decide to push forward. They try to push out these 2 guys, and that's what they do. They work a couple trades, and just like that, we're in a 1v1 situation. Kleenex versus RCs. Now, Kleenex, he still has the streak.
Artillery.
The artillery. I was going to say bombardment. The artillery. He wraps all the way back. He pings, so he knows he's not on the site. Then, for some reason, with 18 seconds left, he doesn't use the streak.
He uses it right at the end of this round. It's too late already.
It's just too late. It's too late. And you got to think, bro, if he just uses the streak at 18, that buys him another 7 seconds, and then he can just go check the bomb. He can throw a shimmy on bomb, and you're good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Use it at 17, 18.
So he saw what RCDs
wanted to say something, Chris.
Go ahead.
Like,
He's right there.
At 17, 18, you got to use that streak and then just play kind of close to bomb. Check it one time, and then boom, you got it. Like, you win your team the game. And even next round is crazy, too, with how it started. So, we'll see.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, he calls it at 14. At this point, Alex got the bomb basically done, and that's that.
He pinged it at 22 seconds, right? And he saw that he wasn't on the bomb. So, like, in your head, you know, like, he has to get to the bomb, and, like, he can get to the bomb in, like, what, 2-3 seconds. You wait 2-3 seconds, and then just start, like, raining him down. And, like, I know there's, like, this whole thing with the pros and, like, not just putting them all at once, but like, dude, at this point, just do it. Literally, call one in, wait a second,
wake up.
Call another one in, wait a second, call another one in, wait a second, and then just rush the bomb. There's literally 0 chance that RCD should win that ever. That play was like equivalent to like you ever play somebody and they get the kill on the last player in search, and instead of going to defuse the bomb, they think someone else is still alive. And they end up throwing. That's the equivalent of losing that round. I'm not even kidding. That was unacceptable to watch from Kleenex, and I was completely mind blown watching it unfold.
We got Zinni in here. Zinni, how are you doing? Zinni, I know you're down bad, but you know, keep your head high. Zin, what did we talk about the other night? Remember, it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit. Keep moving forward. Remember the fucking speech?
Listen, brother, I'm with you, man. Let me say something.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
It's been, you know, I've received some support. I've received some hate. I've been with these guys for a year and a half. I'm happy for them. At the same time, I'm also, I mean, bro, it sucks. And I think anybody would be lying if they didn't tell you to watch your team compete without your team win a championship. It's tough. And, you know, my number one fear is how bad it looks against me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a fucking, it's a shitty look no matter how good I am at this game. And it is what it is. Nonetheless, they deserve the victory. I mean, I've been calling it. I wasn't being biased when I was saying it. I wasn't trying to fulfill my contract. Like, when I was on the flank sitting here saying Toronto can beat FaZe and Toronto's one of the only teams that can do it, I wasn't kidding. And we all saw it. And I mean, listen, I knew I mean, I've been playing these guys for a while. I know what they're capable of. I know what we're capable of. But I mean, yeah. So it's listen, it is what it is, right? I mean,
it is what it is, Zin.
You gotta go through the lows to get to the highs. You know what I'm saying?
What are you gonna do, man?
Let me make this take. Like, I think this team got better not because of your move, but because the other 3 players on the team have now started to play way better.
I mean, listen. Here's the reality.
Yeah.
Could have been worse. Could have been better. Could have been the exact same. There's no way to know. They deserve the credit. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Was in the problem. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. We'll never know, right? That's their roster, and they won with it. That's just what it is. We don't got to talk about, we don't got to talk about with me. Like, they won with this roster, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
What are you gonna do, Zin? Congratulations to them. They played well. They did their thing. I will say, I agree with Ben. I think the 3 main players in Band, Cammy, Kleenex, picking up the pace like that, I think that's what made them win this today. I just think they came out and they showed what their potential. They showed their ceiling, and obviously they're fucking moving. You know,
I mean,
and we've seen that. We saw that at times this year and last year. Go ahead, Zen.
I was getting deja vu. I was like, this is the team we won with last year. Like, you could as soon as after their first match today, I knew for a fact they were winning. Sometimes you just know, you can just feel it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was in the room when they were playing. Like, I stood behind them. Let me tell you something. There is nothing more fucking motivating than sitting and watching in a room of your former team playing with you. Like, you never saw that pre-franchising. Just, but there's not more motivating than that. But I mean, I knew it. I knew as soon as I heard them communicate. First off, the amount of streakiness in the team. Like, you just have players who, once they're popping off, they go nuts.
Yeah.
And I just knew it was going to happen, and I've been saying it. If it's a team that can beat Faze, it's Toronto.
Yeah. No, they're a good team. They're a really good team.
Oh my god. Temp tweet.
Yeah, guys, I see the whole chat.
I don't want to talk about the fucking temp tweet.
Listen, he tweeted, it's time. It's fucking bait. Donnie's in a fucking viewer list.
But look who replied to him.
Who replied to him?
Look at the thread. Look at the thread.
I'm scared to look at threads.
You replied to him.
Awakening.
Big wake?
Big wake. And then Donnie.
Give me a break, bro. People troll on Twitter all the time.
Bait. It's fucking look at Parasite trying to get in. Look at Parasite trying to get in.
He's trying.
No. Wait. No, Donnie's my boy. I support me and Don teamed up Lester for a bit, and I support him, man. He's a really good player, and he's a good teammate. He's really cool to play with for a bit. So
he's not going to fucking Florida. This is a bunch of bullshit.
Oh no.
Wait, Ben, I kind of want to be devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Because of what you said, right? You felt like the others are playing better. You think similar to how Preston, right, has been playing a lot better with Standy in the lineup. Do you think Insight is just making them play better? I mean, the other 3, do you think that he's bringing anything different than Zin?
I think Insight's smart.
It's hard to say.
You think so? Eli's got something to say.
Yeah, I think Insight's a really smart player. I think he has like a really good knowledge on like how to play the game. So I think he definitely gives them a lot of information on like how to play and like what he's doing on the map. So it kind of lets them just like do their thing as like a trio on the map. Because Insight does play the island for that team a lot.
You know, he's also really freaking good at
I don't
search.
really know Insight, but like I've talked to him a few times. I played with him before.
You played 3v3 1 with him? He seems like a cool dude. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
But here's what I'll say is like we saw when they had Insight in for like those 2 weeks that they were still like up and down. So maybe it just took a couple of weeks to click. Like I'll give you that, Ian. But I think again, like, and we've talked about time and time again with this Toronto team, like literally in the first episode of this show where Tom and I were like super high on Toronto after the kickoff classic, we're like, the ceiling on this team is high. We know that Kleenex and Cammy are really, really good. We saw it at times last year. We saw it at the last COD champs. But they were never able to do this like consistent 1 month of form. And I think now maybe they're getting to that point, if they can kick on from here, that they're going to be in that spot finally.
That's fair. It's
pretty fair.
Only time will tell.
Only time will fucking tell. You know? But what are you going to do, man? What are you going to fucking do? Fast forward is Ben, because I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, this shit got crazy. 3-3. Tie series. We're tied up. 6 maps going into it. I don't know what the heck's going to happen. I see Express S&D, and the first thing I say is, oh no. because Faze is not good at this map, in my opinion.
Well,
It's not a good map for them.
They had 4v3s in the first couple rounds here and absolutely tossed. Like, it's the weirdest thing because, like, historically, Faze are just so good when they get first blood. They just don't lose those rounds, and they win a lot of 3v4 rounds. And they just don't have that ice right now. It's a little shocking, and I'm not really sure, like, what the cause of it is. But that's basically how the first couple rounds of this map played out.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like MC does a good job here of finessing on the sign, but they just don't pick up the deep wrap, and they all get shot in the back.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're now into a 3v2, and Toronto's gonna get the bomb down. It's now to wrap at that point.
And the one thing, see, somebody said FaZe played too aggressive this map. I kind of disagree. Sometimes I feel like FaZe just didn't do anything. They just kind of stood around and didn't make any plays happen on the map, and that's like my biggest complaint. And I could just be speaking out of my ass here, but it's just, I don't know. I was saying it when we were watching the call, just like, I feel like they're just like, not, they're letting plays, they're letting plays be made on them than them making the play. And I'm just looking at their fucking roster and I'm like, why aren't they making plays?
Dude, I think they were shell shocked, to be honest with you.
You think so? You think they were shocking?
This might be a hot take. I think they probably overlooked the fuck out of Toronto.
Maybe.
Even though Toronto looked good. That's why I think this was the best map in the Faze, to be honest.
Yeah, it was probably.
Was them, because they got embarrassed.
They did.
Didn't they get 6 smoked on this map?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's tough.
The first thing I said was, "Oh no!"
You know
when
how,
this map
you
was
know
loading
how
up.
it is, though, Tom. When you've been considered, on the best team, there's certain teams that you look at differently.
Yeah,
when
100%.
even if you don't want to like think like that, like subconsciously you do.
Yeah, you do.
I think for sure they probably thought it was either going to be Dallas or Minnesota that they would be going up against, and like, I don't know. I just think they didn't think that Toronto was going to be as good as they were. I could be completely wrong though. So
Yeah. I think Toronto's a good matchup for them, honestly. I mean, Zinni says it all the time.
I don't know if I agree with that take because FaZe absolutely smoked Toronto every other time they played before this series. I think what happened today is FaZe definitely did not play well. Toronto played incredible to the potential that we know they have. And when you're in that situation and you're the Toronto team that's now played like 2 series before this, they're in a real prime position to go ahead and take this. Like, that was sort of my read on how this all played out.
Yeah. But I mean, this just sets up Toronto. I mean, they come through this, they steamroll through, Ben. I mean, I know you want to watch it out, but I mean, they just steamroll through them. I think the main thing is just what I said. I think Toronto does a good job. And Toronto's good, too, at using their patience, because sometimes FaZe was just running right into their trap. Toronto, they play mind games, bro, when they play S&D. They wait out. They try and get people on their feet. They try and get them on their toes. They're trying to break ankles. They're trying to juke out. They use their tax really well. They use their information really well. It's kind of what Parasite was saying in the beginning of the show. They play S&D really well, and they're a hard read. They're just hard to play against. So this was a crazy round too.
Yeah.
But you could just fast forward it, Ben, because I don't think we need to talk about a 6-0 S&D.
Ben Vance with a flawless map, by the way.
We should definitely gas Vance for going 10-0 in
flawless
the grand
map.
finals. That's actually insane. Guy, didn't he relap his streaks too? Like, I was like, how did this guy get another cruise missile again? Like,
boy, one up Tej, bro, in the finals of the major.
Crazy shit, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy
I'm asking for
shit.
him though. He showed out. He showed out. And he was getting cooked.
He was.
Bro.
He was.
He shut a lot of haters up.
He was deservedly not playing all that great in stage 1, and he turned up, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. And we've seen him at times be at that level, and I think if this team's got all the confidence in the world, I don't see why he can't keep frying like this when they get to stage 3 and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, they showed what they can do now. They showed what their ceiling is, and now people know what their ceiling is. So
yeah,
if they want to keep doing this, they need to go back to work, back to the fucking lab, and they need to keep on pushing, because it's not going to be easy to keep this going. Because that's what's most impressive when you see teams that are consistent. That's what impresses me with FaZe and Dallas, is you always fucking see them at the top. Always. They're always top 2 or top 3. You know what I'm saying? Top 2, top 3. It's just crazy to me, like, how consistent those guys are. So if Toronto can get on that level of consistency, it's going to get scary. And then we know there's so many other teams that are coming up, right? You got fucking Minnesota with this guy sitting next to me, Eli. We got New York. We got fucking a lot of teams, man. A lot of teams. 100 Thieves looks a lot better now.
That's why I'm interested, though. Interested in hearing Dylan and Standy since they play. I'm like,
I like this.
was Toronto like? Did they look good in scrims? You know what I mean? Or was it? I don't want to not give them credit,
guys.
but like,
That's
or were they
Did
just
Toronto look
just,
good in
like, were they just
scrims?
hot?
Like, have you guys scrimmed them? Hold on, Ben. I'm asking Eli and Nick on a question.
Don't sugarcoat it though.
When we scrimmed Toronto, we were always on a higher ping. Not to take anything away from it, but yeah, in scrims, I mean, they always looked good. They're always a pretty good team. And I mean, I think they're another team that's pretty good in all game modes. So
yeah, S&D was just hidden. So things were working out.
S&D would that shit was
Their
hitting
S&D,
crazy.
and next thing is S&D wins championships. We said
S&D
all the
was
time.
some loud pack.
Yeah, and they came out and they fucking showed out when it came to S&D. What were you gonna say, Ben?
Ian?
I mean, it was.
I was gonna say like I was gonna kind of back up what Ian was saying. Like just they're just sort of at the top level right now in all game modes. We've always talked about how S&D wins ships, and they were went like what 8-1 search in this major. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
So if they continue to do that, like teams are now gonna have to ban raid S&D on them. So that gives them already an advantage in the S&D vetoes because you can basically decide at that point, like, okay, take out our best map. Now we go take out theirs and forcing that to make a decision between a couple of maps that we know we're really good at. Maybe get Moscow, we know they're good at. Like, I think they're in a really good spot now to kick it on and hopefully be a dominant top 4 team in the league.
Let's listen to their listening bank because we always come at Toronto for their listens and now they're the fucking champions. So apparently their listenings are working.
On the left wing, RCs. I'm going to concentrate right now. I spawned out. Yeah, listen. Inward already. Backward. They're spawning in. They are spawning in. I know. Do you want to go inward? Yeah. We need to play through plane and shit. They're already I'm already top plane.
Left.
One deep. Nice. One probably trying out front B2 because I got a deep spawn.
Back pillar. One shot back.
Hitting pillar.
One back right. Cell. Slip.
Well, he's probably top plane as well, bro. One's back tower. One is 100% back tower. Top tower. RC's. Back at me, BG. Top tower. Really, one shot back, man. One fucking shot back.
Right, no one comes. What? Two comes.
Go right. Someone needs to clear plane for me, bro. Where is he? Top tail.
Doing that.
Go right. RC's backstairs. Let's do that. We can probably front. Yeah. Backside. Yes. Only one on time then. Let's go.
Decent composure chance from the squad. This.
One thing I will say is they sound a lot better. They sound better. They're calm, but they are calming. But they're very calm.
Were A1, bro.
Yeah, they were calm. Now might have a hot take. A little bit of a hot take here. Do you think that comms can sound like that on LAN? Because I wouldn't be able to hear shit if we were talking like that on LAN. It's hard to stay like on LAN, like with the noise of the crowd and shit, like to be super calm and quiet like that, like you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot hard. Yeah. It's a lot harder.
Yelling call outs.
I don't know, but I don't think I've ever heard comms like that on LAN. I don't think I've ever heard comms like that on LAN. Like, have you ever heard of listening like that? That sounded weird to me, bro. That sounded like they were playing a GB, no bullshit, and like obviously it's working for them. So
playing anywhere in their arena, they're
yeah, and I'm not saying, and I'm also not saying because I've roasted about their comms before. Their comms sounded pretty good right there, actually. Even though they were calm and the energy, they sounded like they had energy. They were just calm. But I just never heard comms like that, like ever. So it was just weird. I don't know. It was a little weird, bro.
It's hard to sound like that at an event like on LAN because it's like you said, you feed off the environment. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how it is. If fucking you're frying, you're doing your thing, the crowd's going crazy, like you're hyped up. But when you're in your bedroom, like
you sound whore and hear everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like unless you hype yourself up, like you're in your fucking bedroom.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was, but I think Cammy sounded like he was whispering at a point.
No, they were. There was multiple of them. A couple of them were whispering. Bance was 100% whispering, and I think Cammy was whispering as well. Which I just know on LAN. No shot, you're whispering with the white noise in your ear. How they pump the white noise in your headset, and then you have the crowd roaring, and then just like your teammates sitting there. It's loud, bro. It's when you're on stage, it rumbles. Like it's a whole different environment. So their comms are they were interesting to see. It was cool to hear comms just very calm, cool, and collected during a very serious major like this. You know what I'm saying? The comms are great. They were great. I wasn't even talking shit about the comms. I was saying they're good comms. It's just different. It was something different.
Yeah. I like the fact though that it was clear, bro. There wasn't fluff.
Yeah, it was very clear.
Listen, when I don't want to go off topic, but when I listen to challengers play, bro, that shit gives me a headache.
I can't play when comms get like super flustered like that and hectic. Oh my god, I start spinning in circles. It's really frustrating. So I'm the same way.
I thought it was.
If we're talking about comms, we're talking about Ultra's comms when everybody said like First off, a lot of people listen to Ultra Comms. They say they sound dead or.
I mean, I thought their comms were very good right there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not very different than, like, I don't know. I think people are just saying that because they won now. When I've listened to the same energy of comms.
Because
Fuck no. I listened to their comms a couple weeks ago, and they were the worst comms I've ever heard in my life.
No. Listen up. Garrison was horrible. That one was actually horrible.
Okay, thank God you said that. No.
After that, people, including you, Tom, were still listening and saying they have no energy, and like that listening is directly comparable to other ones, but minus the Garrison one. That's like an anomaly. That was actually horrible. I'll say that. But like, what was it? The listening yesterday, I think, or a couple of days ago, Tom, you were like, they don't have energy, but it's the same exact thing as today. But now that they won, everybody's like, oh, those are good comms.
I mean, to be fair, Zin, their comms, when I say their comms are shit and they have no energy, it's just how I feel after I listen to the comms. It's not like I'm trying to be fucking weird or something.
No.
Now they won the event. And their comms sounded way better here. For sure, they sounded better than their 2 past listenings. Both listenings where I said they were shit, they 100% sounded better there. Right here, they were small talking. They were getting kills. They were saying what they had. They were pushing together. They were talking with each other, amongst each other. Before, they were just calling out where they were and just fucking whispering. And I was like, these comms are shit.
A lot of people, I mean, casters, a lot of people
guys,
don't hear.
You can spam Luma, but it's true.
A lot of people don't hear consistent comms where it's like someone's talking every single millisecond and they're like, wow, lack of energy, no comms. But it's like professionals know what are good comms, and that's not saying that they're always going to be good, but like the most important thing is impactful, important information. You don't have to say everything. You don't got to say, I'm weak, I'm reloading, I'm throwing a nade. Like there's levels to it, and it's like sometimes it's better to slow things down and stay quiet when you have to. Like that's.
What do you think about my point about landing online? Because they're whispering call-outs.
That's what I was going to talk about. I hate to be this guy.
No, be that guy.
No, go ahead. We like fire takes.
You know, nothing against Toronto, but with this new era of online COD, I wonder how some of these teams and players would do. Not even saying Toronto would do at an event. It's like you said, Tom. You're not commenting like that at an event. Period.
I wouldn't. If my teammate was whispering on stage, I would not hear him. Period. I wouldn't even hear him.
And also, like, bro, when the pressure is on, and like if you get turned on one gunfight and you hear you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different than being in your room.
Hold on. If we're talking about LAN versus online, you cannot even possibly compare it. It's not like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
listen,
the new era
with the youngins.
Like, go ahead, Jen.
A lot of fans are like, oh, when you everybody's gassing the LAN to online. Like, we're not saying at all that certain teams wouldn't win or certain players wouldn't be as good, but the truth is you don't fucking know. Like, LAN is a completely different game. I'll use the Standy example, right? Standy goes into his first ever Pro League match, full of confidence versus Optic Gaming. He could have done just as well online or on LAN that he did online, right? He went off. On LAN, he would have had to hear a fucking insane crowd roar at every single step he made.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would he have dealt with that just as well as he did online? Maybe he would have. But there's just no way to know.
I see what you're saying.
So to possibly compare them, it's legitimately impossible. It's completely different. Certain players play different.
You want to know a hot take?
Better.
You want to know another hot take? I'll give you another hot take. You know how people always complain about that? Oh, they're better online, like they're a sick joke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think online to LAN performance is actually that big of a difference. I think the biggest thing is how people handle the pressure. And people get nervous. And like, that's what it is. At the end of the day, that happens to anything. It's not that they're just a sick joke online. They got better internet. It's just they get anxious when it's a different environment. You're not in your bedroom, and some people thrive under it, and some people crumble. And that's just how it is at the end of the day. Like, and some players might not ever get over that hump if it ever go. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was LAN, and that's the difference maker. That's why I think that's why people get tight.
Yeah, no, 100% Eli. I mean, they're basically saying you're going to be shit on LAN because you're not going to be confident. What are your thoughts, bro?
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm going to be confident on LAN, and whatever happens, going to happen. And, I mean, you can say I'm nervous. You can say whatever you want, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, chat.
All right.
No. That's not what we're saying. But the thing is,
I'm fucking around.
No way
entertaining.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, bro, all of us in this call, like, at least, like Tom, me, you, Chris, Ian, we've all experienced the environment, and all of us have had that feeling of your heart beating out of your fucking chest.
I love it.
When you're in a one-on-one and like it's round 11. There's no feeling like that. And don't get me wrong, it's still this like. You still get that adrenaline rush online, right? Like no matter what, but on land, it's just completely different, man. Like the surroundings.
You saw Cell when you played
Listen,
Optic?
bro, I want you to try ninja diffusing versus Optic on land.
You can.
Impossible.
You can.
You'd have 4 fucking grenades on your head as soon as you pick up the bomb, because the whole crowd's going, oh.
Yeah, but that's
fucking,
when. But see, then
is flying off the fucking stairs.
See, Ian, they don't know, bro. That's when you use the crowd to your advantage, bro. You hop on the bomb and you get off it. The crowd, you fuck with the crowd. You use the crowd.
Move. Yeah, Tom, that's a vet move.
It's a vet move, bro. I used to use the crowd to my advantage, bro.
I hope we get land back.
There's a lot of times.
Hold on, Dylan wants to say something. Go ahead.
Wait, no, there actually is a lot of times on land where, like, if you're in a 1v1 and the crowd starts going like, oh, like, you know the person's near you, around you, so you gotta just be cracked and ready for the fight. But it's happened a lot of times where the crowd's giving stuff away or giving hints. So it happens.
Bro, even when the crowd goes, even when you're like in a 1v1 and you're just looking around, the crowd's like, whoa, like they get crazy. You're like, wow, we must have just missed each other. Like he's near me, he's fucking near me, guys.
Which way was he? Which way was he?
Hold on, I almost got kicked out. I almost got kicked out of COD XP because I started getting mad at. So there was like 2 back-to-back game 5s going on.
Ben almost got kicked out. Yeah, Ben is a wild cause for sure.
Yeah, so this is a good story. So this is like COD XP. There was that Optic and Faze like game 5s. They both lost going on at the same time, and people were watching and yelling out like specific bomb sites that teams are going to. And I was honestly a little drunk at the time. Not gonna lie.
You dirty bastard.
I started chirping, and security came over and told me to shut the fuck up. But regardless, my point is that is a huge problem with people just trying to spoil, man. Enjoy the show.
I'm picturing that shit.
When is coming?
I mean, wait till I get my. Now that we hit 10K subs, I'm getting my pops on one of these days, and wait till you hear the story between my pops and Ben. Ben was yelling at us, and he was just annoying all of us in the middle of a series.
I was yelling at Chris. That's
okay. Whatever. Ben was opening his fucking mouth.
Wait, I'm begging to hear this now. Are you telling the story, or are you waiting?
I remember.
You gotta let your dad.
I gotta let my dad talk about
the story.
Yeah, my dad will tell the story, so you guys gotta wait for that. But the
would
moral of
say
the
I
story,
have,
I'll tell the moral of the story. My dad had to do something with Ben. He had to have a little word with Ben.
I have a similar story. I think I get where you're going with it. So we're at
Go ahead.
It was local battles in Jersey. I think some of us, Tom, you've been there, right? Chris, I'm not sure if you have.
NJ Halos.
No, it wasn't NJ Halos. It was like the local battles pro-am.
Yeah, I was there. I won that. Just saying. Anyways,
so my dad's there. I'm playing. I'm obviously ginormous, right? Like obese, and fucking someone was calling me a pumpkin head or something. I'm playing him. Cause I'm a shit talker, obviously. Like, bro, fat, skinny, fat. I'm talking shit. I'll talk shit when I'm on down bad. I'll talk shit when I'm up high. That's just the way I go. And I guess my dad. I mean, bro, Tom. I think our dads are similar when it comes to like, you know, how ticked off you can get in a quick amount of time.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "Who the fuck's saying that?" And my dad, I was like, "Yo, Dad, shut the fuck up. Enough from you." Like it just,
you got it lower down.
It just in-game shit talk. He was like, "No, it's my fucking son you're fucking talking about." And I was like, "Dad, shut the fuck up right now."
Yeah, bro. So I told you the story about my pops when he was in London when we got the win and we got the forfeit in London. We won the match. They gave us the loss, and my dad was talking to Rami, and he was like, Tom, if I wasn't on probation, I would have knocked this guy the fuck out by now.
Wait, Rami's like what? Dude, Rami's also one of the best guys ever.
And then I said, "Dad, please go for a fucking walk." And he's like, "I gotta go for a walk. I gotta smoke a cigarette. I gotta fucking smoke a cigarette." I said, "All right, Dad, please go for a fucking walk, because that's all I need is for you. I gotta turn over and I see my dad in the crowd throwing fucking punches. And now what do I gotta do? I gotta go get my fucking pops out of the crowd."
Yeah, shout out Rob, except for that decision. But it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, that decision was shit. I mean, the decision was absolute shit.
4, right? That's
we won the series, Ian, and the game glitched. They said, "Oh, the game glitched, so we have to do what the game says." I said, "What the fuck?"
We got a rule change after that series because we went to MLG.
I was mind blown.
To be fair to Rami in that situation, I know we're going off topic, but like to be fair, like now that I have an understanding of how League Ops works and working in Esports Engine and talking to all the people that were involved in that situation, it's like their hands were tied. Because the way the rules, let me explain.
Get the fuck you, Ben, you fucking suit. You're a fucking suit. You're an asshole.
Let me tell the story.
Go ahead, tell the fucking story. Let me hear it.
Because the issue in that situation is that the way the rules are written, for the guidance, is that they go by the state of the game, and the state of the game said that you guys lost, even though you didn't lose.
Ben.
And so their hands were tied. It's like, what are you going to do in this situation?
Ben, what you do in that situation is you say, you know what? You won the fucking game, so we're going to give you the win.
Exactly. That's what they should have done. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it was some bullshit.
Listen, bro.
They got fixed after the event because we complained.
Listen, bro. Then this is what fucking pissed me off. The minute the event ends, 30 minutes after the event, I'm not even bullshitting. I was in the lobby. A patch comes out. I'm on the way to the fucking casino to go lose all my cash, and the fucking patch comes out, and they fixed the game. They fucking fixed that shit. I said, these motherfuckers, 30 minutes after the fucking event, I said, these guys just forfeited us and then fixed the game. I'm mind blown. I'm fucking I was so mad. I was so fucking mad.
That's fucked up.
And by the way, Adam, Mata AC made a good point, man. At that event, LG actually ended up in a similar situation. They made the same ruling. So it's like, it was a tricky situation.
The LG situation was way different to ours. Way different. It was a different situation.
Can I circle back to what we were talking about?
Yeah, circle back.
So at the end of the day, though, I would love to see how some of the online generation of new COD players, of how they play on LAN in a live environment.
We have some players that never played on a main stage before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Not saying
somebody like Awakenings never even played on main, which I think is amazing. But
be amazing. But it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game.
Hopefully we don't have to wait long.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Imagine these series. Imagine these series on LAN.
Aren't there other esports on LAN right now, or am I tripping?
Yeah, but they're having,
I think they're starting, right?
So it's like it's a couple different situations. So like you have the Iceland major for Valorant. I'm sure they had to pull a lot of strings to get that to work.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then you've got some stuff going on in Asia, but they're a little bit farther ahead with vaccines and they're good about social distancing. I think we'll see lands here soon in the US, but we got to make sure we get all the vaccines out. Local restrictions are also a problem. As much as maybe a company like Activision or Riot or Microsoft, whoever wants to run lands, if the guidance in that locale says you can only have 50 people in a room, well, what are you going to do?
100%.
So it's a little bit tough. You guys are right. Rainbow Six is one that's trying to make it work. So as long as we start getting the vaccines out, we get some herd immunity because people finally are vaccinated and can't, really get it with hospitalization.
I mean,
then we're valid and we can start getting.
Dude, I think they should have did a bubble, dude.
A bubble would have been cool, but I don't think I'm pretty sure a lot of the players didn't want to do that.
I know.
Which is Fugazi. I mean, Mama Attach said it. Mama Attach said some guys wouldn't be able to handle land competition. Facts, Mama Attach. Facts.
Hey, I'm not going to name any names.
She's roasted. Look at her.
There's been players in the past like that. That were great online.
That's been a bubble thing. I want to speak to the bubble thing real quick, Ian. Being on this, because I never really understood like the cost of events, right? Until I worked at Esports Engine, and now I actually see budgets, and I'm like, holy shit, it's expensive.
That's true.
Dude, to run a bubble, and you're talking about testing, you're talking about enforcement of social distancing, you're talking about you got to bring in specific catering because everything's got to be in the bubble, and you got to get security, you got to get all the COVID testing. This is multiple millions of dollars that they would have to spend just on maintaining the bubble.
I wonder how they can afford that.
Yeah, you say that, but fair. I mean that's can't just make money appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, listen, no, I agree. Yeah. I think from their side, I get not doing a land bubble. From a player side, if you said no to a land bubble, you're a fucking loser. Oh, I got cats, I got a dog, I got a girlfriend. I don't give a fuck.
You calling out a specific player with that?
No. I swear to God, I'm calling out nobody. But I'm saying,
who said that?
If you're a competitor, you do it. If you're a competitor, you do anything.
Zinny's calling out Scum?
Oh God.
Wait, did Scum say that?
Wait, the chat is saying you're calling out Scum.
Dude, listen.
It's like a very specific roast.
No, it's not.
Winnie in the chat now.
All I'm saying is I don't give a fuck.
Green Wall assemble.
If you're a competitor, wait. I actually had no idea Seth said that's my boy. But listen, Green Wall attacked me. Go ahead. All I'm saying as a competitor, I would think most of us would want to do anything we can to do LAN. And thinking back to Columbus, when we were all in Columbus, bro, that was the time of our lives, bro. We had such a good time being all together in person, which it wasn't a bubble, but it's like, bro, it's just such a good time being with everybody. You know what I mean?
The Columbus League was a lot of fun.
Definitely. That definitely was a lot of fun.
We had great memories.
Ben used to make us fucking cook. What he used to make? Guac and chips.
Yo, remember that? The
cookies.
Yo,
oh my god, bro. Oh my god. I could just remember. Sometimes I'd wake up with French toast.
He wouldn't let Lamar drive. You remember that? Oh,
yeah, he wouldn't let Lamar drive. Then he let me drive finally, and I got a ticket.
Yeah, we got a ticket.
Good times.
I saw that
Good
video.
times.
Came back home and my apartment was gone. Everything was fucking gone in the apartment.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Bro,
what's up, Zen?
Go ahead, Zen.
You used to be able to like walk and hang out with whatever team you wanted. Faze was next door. TK was down the road.
Yeah.
Echo Fox was next door. Optic was up the block. Like, bro, it was just different. I had
Good times, man.
I had Assault and Saint show up to my apartment, stealing my peanut butter and watching Black Mirror. Like
100%, bro.
Just a good time.
Listen, bro. If I was there now, we'd be doing live flanks from the couch.
Whoa, that'd be lit.
Live flanks from the fucking couch. Just have people pulling up. We'll get microphones and shit. Yo, that would be next level.
At the event, that'd be awesome.
At the event. That's what I'm thinking about doing.
Ben will be cooking in the background.
Yeah, 100%, bro. If we get events coming back, I was thinking about doing like live flanks. I mean, I don't know how throughout the week if we're gonna get any guests to come on, but Sunday night we can 100% get some guests on Sunday night.
Me and Tom are talking about it. I think we can pull it off, but it's TBD, guys. Because I know that people are gonna want it, but we gotta figure out a lot of shit to get it
All the players are
going.
playing basketball.
Horrible basketball.
In the gym.
Yeah, bro. There's a lot of good times, man. I gotta figure out how to do that shit.
One of the best
take some
things,
questions.
Hold on, Dylan wants to say something.
One of the best things about the LAN League 2 is that you can get consistent scrims on LAN. So I feel like so many teams were improving. I feel like it helped us a lot. Just like improve later on in the year. Just getting consistent practice versus the top teams on LAN. So it made the competition that much better, and it was fun as fuck. So it was a great time.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I fucking agree. But at the end of the day, man, I do want to end off saying congratulations to Toronto Ultra. Shout out to Insight, Bance, Kleenex, and Cammy. You guys played absolutely incredible. So I want to give you guys a huge W. I want to apologize because I've called you guys shit, and you're not shit. You're very good. Actually, I don't ever call them shit. I only call their comms shit. But I've always said they had a high ceiling. I've always said that.
I've said that since episode 1 of this show.
Always said that. They're a great team. I just thought that maybe their comms need a little bit of work. But they came out on top, and I'm really happy for them, especially for this guy, fucking Bance, the guy that you got on the screen. I want to give a huge shout out to Ben Bance because you were getting a lot of flack. And I'm going to be honest with you, Ben. I always was gassing you. I always was. I knew you had it in you because you're an amazing player. You've always been an amazing player. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody over there. Shout out to Marky B. Shout out to Toronto, man. They deserve this win. They played incredible. They played great. They deserve all the credit in the world.
Thanks,
you're welcome, Zen. You fucking idiot.
Appreciate it.
And let's move in, guys. Let's move on. We got some questions in the chat. We're gonna answer a lot of questions, man. We're gonna answer a lot of questions. We got a lot of people here that'll probably answer some questions. I'm gonna let Dylan sit down. He can take over on the questions today. How about that, Dylan? You want to take over?
Yeah,
Dylan,
go ahead, take over.
Questions.
Go ahead.
Tom gets to pick questions.
Dylan's up.
What is it?
Oh, Dylan's gonna pick the bullshit, bro. Shouldn't have did it.
So someone's
your ass
asking. The CDL point system is F.
Wait, can they hear me through this mic? Like
Yeah, they
Ian
can
and
hear
them?
Yeah,
Wait,
we can.
okay, that's the mic. All right, I bet.
So first question, Dill. Someone asked this question because I want to give an explainer on this. Someone said like the point system is fucked, like how our Toronto Ultra like 5th. They also didn't play well in stage 1 and didn't win a lot of series. So they missed out on a lot of points early. Tough than I know, but that's why they're 5th.
Yo,
I just tell it how it is on this show.
Zinni was just hilarious.
Man. I'm just trolling, bro.
Yeah,
we were throwing in stage 1. It's on fuck me. We were throwing.
Yeah, that's why it's so important for these league matches, not only for the seeding for these tournaments. You get 10 points for each win.
Yeah.
That adds up really quickly, and then the major, I think you get like 65 to get first, 50
you guys talk
second.
about format?
A little bit, but go ahead if you want to bring it.
Like
bring some up. Let's go.
How much more fun is it watching the major than watching that? Like, bro, as a player, playing one match in a weekend is horrible.
It's the worst.
And I get it. Like, I understand franchising, but like, we just want to play COD. Like, all of us would play a tournament every single weekend if we had the chance. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I feel like that was the best part about COD. Like, well, of course, when we were at these LAN tournaments and stuff, you play like 3 matches at least a day, and it was just it created so many storylines, so many rivalries, so much crazy stuff was happening. Like, I hope we get back to that one day where we're actually playing a lot of Call of Duty, not just having 5 matches determine everything.
There's positive and negatives to both sides, though. Like the one positive that you get from having your matches spaced out is that you can get extensive prep work done for like each match, which I think adds like a level of integrity to the league in terms of like who's like the best, because they can make all their prep work for all these matches rather than just whoever shows up on this Saturday or this Sunday. But I do also believe that having these tournaments and stuff like that have multiple matches on a day is not only incredible for the fans, but like as a player, it's a lot of fun. And two, for those of the teams that are, you know, on that cusp of being like great, you know, amazing teams, it gives you time to catch that fire, just like I guess Toronto did during this weekend.
It's a good take.
Yeah, that is a good take. No, but I feel like the negative is that it's just boring when there's not that many matches. Because imagine like our match versus Optic, our match versus Empire. What if that happened? There's more chances of that happening with the more matches playing. Like, so we just need more matches and more crazy shit's gonna happen. More people are gonna love it.
To be fair, on the days where there's like 4 matches, because like what is it? Like I think the first 2 days of the major, it's like 2 matches, right? Those days are like shit. If there's 2 3-0s, you're done watching by 4:30. You're like, well, there's no more COD. On the days where it's like 4 matches, it's like, all right, that's better. Another plus to our old format is like you would have. So think of it now, right? You'd have your 12 pro teams, and then. Or there used to be 16 pro teams, and then you'd have 4 challenger teams come through open and make it to play the pros, and that's where like you'd see amateurs like upset pro teams or show up, and there's one player who's kicking off. Like we don't really have that anymore. It's like all the challenger scouting is challenger versus challenger.
To be fair, Zin, so a couple of things I want to address here, because I think you're making some interesting points. So I want to give like another perspective here that doesn't really get talked about a lot, and some things that people may not know. So. First piece on the challengers, like the open bracket thing, in the last couple of years of that format, I think the teams that came from open bracket only won a handful of series in total, handful. So that's one piece. The second thing is the longer days are tough on viewership, and you guys have to remember the viewership drives the business of the league, the business of the teams. So they're trying to look out and make sure that you guys can make money, the teams make money. So that's the difficult thing of having why you can't have like 8 or 9 matches on a given day and have a 10 or 12-hour show. Just wanted to give that context because
don't worry. I get it from the business side. Like it's not easy, but to you saying the challenger teams only win a handful of series, it's like that's a testament to how I mean that just goes to show like pro teams. Everybody guesses challenger teams. It's like, oh, this team would be better than this pro team. It's like, how do you know that? Like just because I don't know, I'll use a random pro team, Paris or LAG aren't performing great. Doesn't mean a top challenger team would beat them. Like that's just not how it works. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing as sports where maybe 1 or 2 players on the challengers team could compete in the CDL at a top level. You know what I'm saying? People will be like, oh, Alabama football could beat the fucking Browns.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen. But I have a question, Ben.
Yeah, go ahead.
You probably know about this. So like I get the whole fact of losing viewership, but why couldn't they just do exactly what they're doing now, but have every team in the groups play each other twice? So you would you instead of having those two days, right, where it's 2 matches, if you just have like 4 matches every day of the week, they're not like.
Yeah, I think
I feel like that's a good.
I see the upside to that format because you wouldn't have these crazy like one group in this stage, you had 3 teams tied at 3.
3 and 2, and then 2 and 3.
Like, on top of that, sorry to cut you off, but the fact that Team A and Team B, with how important it is decided by coin flip. If you had 2 series versus each team, you can just be Team A one series and Team B the other series, and now you both get an even shot where you both have to play both sides of vetoes, so there's less fugays. I think that would actually be a lot better, and on top of that, you'd get to play more matches.
That's how it was done at the Columbus League, right? Because you had the home and away, and that's essentially how they did the vetoes. Yeah.
I feel like they could do that, bro, and that's a win-win for the competitors and the viewers.
I think it's just a case of like they only do 1 stream right now, so you have to think about it's like a math equation that they have to solve. So they would just have to make the actual like stage qualifier matches for these group stage matches windows be a lot longer in order to facilitate having a team playing 10 games in their group. It's just a math problem that they'd have to solve.
That's fair.
Wait, I just was thinking of this. When we go back to like normal and we're able to go to all these tournaments, host all these tournaments, open bracket events, and all that good stuff, I wonder if there's gonna be like LAN leagues multiple times throughout the year, and like we're just gonna be kind of like living somewhere, and then having the tournament like a week or two after like the LAN league completes? Because like, is that gonna be the norm now, or like are we gonna be playing a lot of these qualifiers online and then going to LAN and for the tournament?
I think it's going to be online. Judging from the press release or whatever that was that Call of Duty or not Call of Duty Intel, Charlie Intel tweets about, they give you all like those Activision updates.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they want to move to like a majority or at least substantial online thing where it's
That's
like
fugazi, dude.
I mean,
That's a
obviously,
bunch of fugazi.
but from our perspective that sucks. But from their perspective and a team's perspective,
great.
it's like, wow, we're saving a lot of money not throwing these tournaments and housing these players for. It's just like it's kind of a no-brainer as long as people aren't complaining. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it's doable.
You know
Go
what I think
ahead,
they should have did though? I think they should have did it how the LCS did it. I think they overstepped for obviously no one thought COVID was gonna happen, but overstepped on making everyone live in their own city, because these teams are paying right for these players anyways. Their housing. They should have had everyone in one area. It doesn't matter where the fuck it is. It could have been in Texas. You gotta, if you want to be in a CDL, you gotta live there. And they should have just like had games in a studio like how LCS does it, and that's how it should always be. Every game should be on LAN. Like that's why they do it, because even online, it doesn't matter. You get the best server online. Some team has an advantage.
Yeah,
no matter
even if it's a slight advantage, it's still an advantage nonetheless. And
Wait, to be fair, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go. No, you're good. You're good.
I mean, last year that was the goal. The goal was to travel to each city and play your LAN matches there.
But I think that's stupid. That's what I'm saying. They should have to save money. They should have everyone in one spot. You only need one studio. You don't need to get a different venue.
I agree, but like, how do you build the LA fan base if all the matches are in Texas? How do you build the Chicago fan base if there's nothing in Chicago?
That's what I'm saying, Zin. They should have did it like how the LCS did, like was it Overwatch or LCS where the first year or two?
I think it was Overwatch because they were in Santa Monica.
Oh, you mean first couple years?
Yeah,
they were at the old
and then
Johnny
as
Carson
the league
studio.
grows, then you.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I was gonna say if you're comparing it to League isn't location based. Like League is franchise, but they're not.
Yeah, I think it was Overwatch.
No. Overwatch, the first 1 to 2 years was in Burbank, California.
Yeah.
And
At the old Johnny Carson studio.
I thought that's what we were gonna do. I mean, to be honest, I think that's the best possible move. You build the fan bases there, and then we go city to city because it's like.
But do you think? Wait, sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But I'm thinking, do you think if we're all in one studio, all in one area, every team's making content, a lot of players are making content, tournaments are happening, matches going crazy,
shit's lit, bro?
Is that gonna help bring more people in, be more attracted to like the whole league, the teams, and all that stuff, rather than traveling around though?
If you're
traveling around, what is it like?
Hold on,
actually
give your fucking hot take.
So here's my fire take. I think when live events spin back up, big live events, right? We're talking Call of Duty events like ESL1 Cologne, like Katowice. I think like these event providers are going to figure out that like, how do you get influencers to come to your events? I think you're going to see a lot more content focus, streamer focus, almost like media
boxing fights, boxing.
I don't know about boxing fights.
Right after the grand final, a boxing match.
What in the chat, boys? What in the chat?
Give me Ben. Give me Ben.
I'm in the Carverse attached. I'm on the Carverse attached.
Versus Ian, he doesn't even have a thumb. I'll beat his ass.
This guy.
Wait, Ben, Ben, you said have influencers show up. To be honest, Nick Merckx will probably receive more money for showing up than the champions of the event would altogether.
By far, of course, 100%.
If you're trying to bring influencers in, it's like, let's be real, bro. Call of Duty does not need to actually pay any influencers to grow the game of Call of Duty. All we need to do is bring in the casual Call of Duty fan base who's playing Warzone or pubs or whatever, and try to integrate them into competitive.
How do you think you do that?
I mean, influencers could help, but like,
you don't
think?
Kind of answer your own question.
Ben,
do you think influencers? Do you think influencers are the only way to do that?
No, there's multiple ways. But so like again, business.
Ben, I got an answer for you.
Let me give business side, right? Marketing teams have a lot of budgets. This is like just a general, like not even specific to video games.
Fuck yeah.
Like the whole world, right? Marketing drives sales, which drives growth. So a lot of money flows and capital flows into marketing products and services, right? And so I think that there's more recognition of now that specific to esports, and you're going to see ways where tournament providers, tournament operators, event providers, these franchise leagues figure out, well, how do I get these influencers who won't normally fly across the country because they're going to lose money on a daily basis when they're not streaming? How do we get them in a situation where they don't have that problem? Because a lot of those people, they love attending events. A lot of those people love going to the bar on Anaheim on a Sunday night or a Saturday night, but they can't normally do it because they're losing a couple $1,000s every night that they're not streaming, or 5,000 or whatever. So I think that's something you're going to see a lot of innovation in when events come back once COVID is gone.
You want to hear my take on that?
Yeah.
Yo, Dom, me and you are fucking deal up.
When are we gonna box?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna take out Ben with one fucking throw. Watch.
Oh, his fucker's out with
Let's hear
one
it,
punch.
Ben.
No,
I mean,
but
sorry, Tom.
so dude, the influencers thing I think is fugazi, bro, because that shit.
Nah, it's because the influencer.
It's whack.
The influencer
It's not
audience
organic.
doesn't care about COD.
Yeah, they don't.
No,
give a
hold
fuck.
on.
You want
No,
to
you
hold
guys
up?
are
No,
wrong. You guys
no,
are
hold
wrong.
up. Wait, hold up. No, the people that actually enjoy it, they're gonna come if they want to come. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah, but
listen, I know Michael
promoting
B.
and
If
Jordan
they
are
watch
different.
Jake Paul for his YouTube vlogs, they don't give a fuck about COD.
I
Exactly.
100% disagree with this take, and I have a literal real life example. So my cousin,
Let's hear it.
I
His
actually have
cousin.
2 examples.
Who the fuck's your
Two
cousin?
examples. My cousin went to the last COD champs at Poly Pavilion and loved it. He'd never been to an esports event before. He didn't know anything about COD. He went and he was like, holy shit, this is incredible. I took my brother to ESL1 New York for Liquid versus Cloud9, which you've been if you guys have been to Barclays Center, that place was
Lit,
sold
yeah, it's
out
lit.
for that.
Yeah.
And my brother was mind blown. He never watched the CSGO, played CSGO, and he was like, holy shit, why am I not going to esports events? I'm telling you, like, this industry, if we can just figure out how to drive people to attend events, bro, like, they will understand where the enthusiasm is coming for. You just got to get
You know
there.
what I think? You know what I think they need to
Go
do though?
get your brothers and sisters to the event and your cousins.
They need a game to survive, bro. They need to invest all their money. If all the teams were in one spot, you invest in behind the scenes content similar to
That's what I was saying, bro.
Team.
Imagine if every team and every player did that because they all lived in one city.
That's what I'm
had a lot
saying,
of LAN
yeah.
events. The
Because
people
then
watching would find their favorite teams and players, and then whenever we travel to different states, countries, they would want to go see their favorite team and
you
player.
get people to love the players for them personally, bro. I didn't watch a lick of F1.
Yeah,
I watched
bro, I
Drive
was
to
just gonna say
Survive,
that.
bro. I'm a Sergio Perez fanboy. It's my
Yeah,
Yeah, but
fucking guy.
once you get in the mix, you're like, holy shit, like, what
if
have I been missing?
that's what I'm saying. So if they put out good quality content like that for every team, literally you just copy and paste.
Yeah,
some Drive to
imagine
Survive
if it was
shit.
like
I
the
think that would
standard.
help so
Yeah.
much more than having Michael B. Jordan fucking play one-on-one versus Miles, in my opinion.
No,
Fair enough.
I 100% agree with you. I was more so talking. Another thing is we're on YouTube. So it's just not possible to have Nick Merckx stream, like whatever, co-stream, is that what
Yeah,
it's
it's
called? Co-stream the tournament. What do you have? You have Jack on YouTube,
I
Valkyrie,
think Vicstar.
and Dr.
Vicstar is on
Disrespect and
YouTube.
Vicstar. Other than that, everybody's on Twitch. So it's just not even possible. I think Nick Merckx
True.
co-streaming the league compared to him showing up in person is night and day.
Yeah, I agree.
But what about
Like-
me and Tommy co-streaming the league, bro? We'd be pulling in viewers out there.
Yeah, why don't you
I
bring up
agree,
Zuma's
I agree.
name? Why don't you bring
Yeah,
up
I got
Zoomaa?
fuck.
Fucking 11,000
Yeah,
subs.
what
you
the
know
hell?
I'm saying?
Big timing up for you. Not fucking
11
big time
guy.
for you.
Right?
The Zoo Mafia is not
The
good enough for you.
Zoo
Dom,
Mafia's
you're
about to be
working
on your
your way
ass,
there.
isn't he?
But no, Ian, I 100% agree. That Drive to Survive thing is incredibly made, and if we have that for every CDL team, that's how you actually start building fan bases. Someone in my
Yeah.
chat said, any team can be Optic. They just need to put out the content, and I disagree with that full-heartedly because
Yeah, I agree with this take. Go
first
ahead.
off,
Yeah,
most of the
that's
growth
agreed.
from Optic's still growing. Don't get me wrong, but back in like Black Ops 2, Ghosts, that's when we were like prime time content, absolutely popping.
Yeah.
And they were the only ones to take advantage of that popping atmosphere, and they were just
And
the
people
big
got to
dogs.
know them
Now
on a personal level.
if I don't know, I'll use. Let's say I'm starting for Toronto Ultra and I'm putting in just as much time as Nate Shot was back in Ghosts or Black Ops 2. It's nearly impossible for me to see the amount of growth he received because it's just not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wait.
it's just not as popping as it once was.
That
It
is true. That is true, though.
imagine
But
if
I have
your
something
story-
that I can say.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
I was just
I'll
gonna
let you
say
go to-
that is true, but like I said earlier, if everyone's in the same spot, making the same content, playing the same matches, or just like in the area, you are gonna be hanging out with Nate Shot. sometimes you're going to be in his videos. You're going to get some extra fans now, and then she's going to keep on growing like that. Of course, you might not be as big as him one day,
rising tide,
but it's going to be helping everyone out that's in the area.
Another thing you got to take into account is how saturated the market is, I guess, in terms of like being an influencer and content, stuff like that. Like nowadays, there's a lot more YouTubers and people that make content, so whether it's on COD or other games and stuff like that. Back then, like Optic and those guys, they were like pioneers in terms of like the gaming industry.
I mean, I'll use myself as an example. A lot of people asked me to go back to YouTube, and I did for a short period, right? If I send out a tweet, it gets 3,000 likes. I post a YouTube video, I only get 500 views. And don't get me wrong, I understand having to grow a platform, and maybe that's like you get like Twitter's our platform, and it's so hard to grow on YouTube or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
No,
you're
true.
not wrong.
The thing is,
it's hard, but consistency
yeah.
helps.
The thing is, on like different platforms, like some people only use Twitter, some people only use Twitch, some people only like using YouTube as like their main source. So it really just, you have to like grow on all social medias, and you're gonna have to do different content on each of them to catch people's attention, because like the same content you post on YouTube might not work as well on like cut up in like a Twitter video or something. Like you gotta find out what works for you on those different.
Honestly, I've been drinking. I don't even know what the fuck I just said.
Pages.
Like to be completely honest, I'm not even sure where I was going with that. Like I stand by what I said, but I also like I'm not sure what I was trying to. I'm not sure what point I was trying to get across.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, like you're already a big, you're one of the bigger personalities in COD. But like, just imagine if all the pros were in one spot, right, and they had this sort of drive to survive content.
That'd be so cool.
Well, imagine your situation though, and people being able to see behind the scenes this year. And what went into it, right? The highs and the lows. Like, imagine how many fans you would get.
I mean, yeah.
Or people would hate you if you were out of pocket. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. No, I mean, exactly. So let's say there's an interview of me after today's win, and I'm talking about like, it hurts to see the guys win, and then I win a tournament next year or next month. Like that just helps build my exactly. Like that's just a different type of story that like you just won't see without something like that. You know what I mean?
That's it, dude. I think that shit would be crucial, man, for every player's growth.
And you can. Each team can do individual content all you want. I think you need to put, because bro, I think F1 truly has the perfect blueprint for growing an entire scene. Because bro, I'm pretty sure all of the U.S. or at least a lot of the U.S. doesn't really follow F1. And,
it's on at a shitty time. It's on in the morning.
But bro, Ben, even so, a lot of people started watching the F1 Drive to Survive documentary series, and they're starting to wake up for it. Like people are completely invested.
I'm one of them.
Bro, before then I was like F1. I'm watching Tony Stewart in NASCAR.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like,
bro, everybody's spamming Octane. I guess my content's not good enough, man. I don't know, man.
Nah, Tom, you're just getting started on YouTube though. You've been having some great content.
Better, bro.
Nah, your content's great, but it's been a short time since you've been consistent on it. So like they're still warming up to you, but
you're right. But listen, Dill,
you're going places.
Listen, Dill, I'm not stopping, kid. I'm not fucking stopping.
You better not stop. You better not stop. We're gonna have problems.
I can't be stopped. I can't.
Hold on,
you better not stop.
I also want to make one more point, Ben. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Before you do that, 1 second. I want to give context because I see some questions people asking. When we mean F1, we're talking about Formula One racing, which is an open-wheeled racing, and we're talking about Drive to Survive, which is a Netflix series, like a documentary series, and it covers a lot of the background of the players and the team drama and the crashes and just the dangerousness of the sport.
Bro, I'm meeting people's dads in the documentary, and I'm watching them play tennis with their fathers and driving. Like, if you play for McLaren, they give you a McLaren, and I'm watching you whip it around your home city. Like, you just connect with the players in a different way. And if you guys don't know, Lando Norris is a big gamer, big Twitch streamer, big into Call of Duty, owns an esports team, and he drives for McLaren, one of the biggest up-and-coming drivers. So, like, that's just something that I think, I mean, that's my favorite driver, just because of that, right? We have a Twitch streamer who's grinding Call of Duty.
And it might be Cap.
And casually driving a McLaren he got for free because he's a part of the team.
Wait, what's Cap?
I'm sure we can all relate to that.
No, I was gonna say it's probably Cap. I remember Clay tweeting out when that season 1 dropped that he had a Clayster scuff in the background somewhere. I don't know if Clay was making that up, but I do remember a tweet along this line about a year and a half ago, I want to say.
I'm not sure if you guys agree with this, right? Listen, YouTube has been growing crazy, more than I thought. And I mean, Fwiz, I mean, it's actually a good viewing experience.
Yeah.
But part of me has to think the cross population from
You gotta think.
the blow up of Warzone to us would have been like bro, like let's say
one subject. Sorry.
Yeah,
Zim.
let's end talk, guys.
no, it's all good. But like, if Nick Merckx gets offline, you're going to find a different stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
We don't really have that luxury now, especially with Warzone blowing up. I'm not sure if you guys get what I'm saying. I feel like that's a decent point. It's like there's really no room for cross population, especially when Warzone sort of blew up.
Yeah, they're in completely different categories too. If you're just looking at Twitch on the categories.
Only thing I'll say is though, like, and this is more just the general marketing thing, is like all of these leagues try to make appointment viewing rights. You just like own time windows. So regardless of people just kind of channel flipping, they also know when your tournament or your game is on. But I agree on that Twitch thing. I think that is a difficulty with not being on that platform, because you kind of miss on people are just kind of channel surfing. They're all like, oh, what's this stream with 60,000 viewers? Let me tune in. Now, I've never seen COD before. This looks kind of lit. You can't really tap into that. But that being said, though, Zen, I know we always keep talking about Twitch. We should also talk about how the YouTube like streaming ecosystem is starting to get a lot larger. It's significantly larger than it was 2 years ago, and I think it'd be unfair to say it's small time.
It's gotten a lot bigger, and that's why I just said like Fwiz and everybody who's killing it. Like, I think we've seen a lot more growth than at least I personally expected on YouTube.
Yo, guys, the real T Kleenex just joined the Zoomaa Mafia. Thank you very much, T Kleenex.
Welcome, Toby.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the Zoo Mafia. I'm taking over. I'm Tommy for the night.
Congrats today, goat.
Congrats on the win. You fried. You beat us too. It wasn't fun, but congrats on the win. Good shit today. You guys went crazy.
Wobie.
Everyone gas up. Kleenex in the chat. Come on.
Weenex.
Give me some Weenex.
I think guys, we had a great show. I think we could wrap it up here. We went over like 2 hours. We always crush it on these. We end up doing like 8 hours of content on 4 days. But appreciate everybody that came on. Tommy, I think we'll do another episode when the groups drop, probably.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know if Tom's here. Let's come back to his room now.
Ben, you ended the show without me?
No, I was trying to get the. Hold on. I was trying to do.
Show when I want to fucking
I was
end
trying
it.
to do a quasi end of the show while you would get back in the room off a Zoomaa phone.
Listen, man.
Classic Zoomaa. Always you see Zoomaa phone joining TeamSpeak, you're like, oh no, what's going on now?
Listen, man, I was grubbing, man. I was grubbing on my phone.
Fraud for sure.
I was trying to give everybody a chance with a mic. I want everybody to talk. Yeah, we couldn't do that in here. It was hard to listen.
Listen, Tom, the worst is when we get Zoomaa phone and cell phone in at the same time.
I know, cell phone's a scary sight. Meaning Cellium, cell phone. Everybody knows Zoomaa phone. But Cell changed his to cell phone now whenever he joins on his phone. And
That's
it's pretty,
a good one.
it's
I
pretty
like that
clever.
cell phone.
It's pretty clever. But I'll end the show, guys. You know, I do appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you to Tatch and Standy. I didn't realize they were coming.
Thank you for having me.
It was very random.
Bye, guys.
Very random, but shout out to Tatch, Standy. Shout out to Enable for coming on. Shout out to Methods, Parasite. And then always, man, Ben, you're a good guy, Ben.
Thank you.
You're a good fucking guy.
I appreciate it. We also had Nato. Nato said, by the way, that he would join and not instantly leave, and he joined and instantly leave. And
Oh, he's a prick. You know what? That guy's a fucking asshole. You know, I'm tired of this fucking guy.
And then we had slacked on and feel bad for him, and hopefully, you know, he can get in another situation. But he came on in the beginning of the show. If you guys didn't get that, check it out when we put the podcast back up.
He
on,
sounded like he
YouTube
was in high hopes. I mean, he didn't sound like too down on himself, which is good, right? You want to hope that he bounced back, but yeah, we wish the best for Slack. We wish the best for everybody. Shout out to Kleenex in the chat. I heard you were in here. Just want to give you a shout out as well. Thank you to everybody who watched. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Check it out on Spotify. And then we also got on what, Ben? Google. What do we got it on?
We're on Spotify. We're on a bunch of different platforms. We're on Anchor, so I can send around the Anchor link. We should be on Apple Podcasts at some point this week. TBD.
Phenomenal, guys. We're doing big things. We're doing big things. And I'm also working on some merch for you guys, man. I have some ideas that I want to do for merch. So I think it'd be a really cool idea. Both Zoomaa and Flank stuff. I want to do a little bit of both. We'll probably start with Zoomaa stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for that. And when's the next episode, Ben? When are we getting caught again? There's going to be a lot of emergency flanks, guys. I have a feeling shit's going to hit the fan. I have a feeling shit might hit the fan.
Whenever we get the groups or something, we'll do a show and you guys can tune in then.
Sounds good, man. I don't know. Stay tuned for the emergency flanks. Make sure to follow the stream. Make sure to follow all of us, man. And you guys have a good one, man. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.